school in Mina, Niger State. These kids are between the age of 10 to 19 years old.
For everyone, you need to come on board. Boko Haram should lay their arms unconditionally and be accepted in the community. Opportunities are out there for them. They can be rehabilitated. An ex-Boko Haram stands having laid his arms and comes back, turns his way away from his negativity. He stands to be a president of this country. He stands to aspire to any position in this country. Why is he wasting his time when he cannot even deliver? We will do that. But we have appealed to them, including their detractors, their collaborators, to see reason to, as fast as possible, quickly drop their arms so that we can once again reoccupy our peaceful position in Nigeria.
With all due respect, sir, General Abdulmalik Bulama Biu, with all due respect, sir, with all due respect, sir, you are a general in the army, GOC for that matter. GOC for that matter. You are not a pastor. It's preaching where you did hear the preach. Look at you sounding tough. You are sounding tough. If the Boko Haram can just lay down their hands unconditionally, then you went on to say we are appealing to them. You are sounding tough, but it just showed weakness. You are sounding so tough. GOC. Now they talk like this. GOC. So if he lays down his arms unconditionally, as you are feeling proper as a Ghana where you talk, I say maybe they fear you. Unconditionally, if he lays down his arm, he's forgiven and he stands a chance of becoming the president of this country after I don't buy a lot of Nigerian citizens. So how do you expect them to stop when there's no penalty for whatever thing that they are doing? All they have to do is to lay down their arms and they can be the president. All of us can actually just become terrorists at the end of the day. Okay, with all due respect, that position where you did, just leave them. GOC. Now they open the mouth, they talk this thing. GOC. Now they open the mouth, they talk this thing. GOC. He stand a chance to become the president. Then we should all be terrorists. So where's the justice for all the farmers where they don't buy? Talking like it's just the talk as if the Boko Haram will fear you. Who are you that they will fear? Yes, I said it. Who are you, Oga? Who they want? They will fear you? With the way you are speaking now, who will fear you? Even me, I not fear you, not to talk of them when they get gone. Even me, I not fear you. You don't look scary. You don't even sound with confidence. You're talking in front of camera. Oga, go and resign. I better go and resign if people cannot do anything. Go and resign. General, when if deliver polling units, you if you fight war. How many war you don't win? Hey, General, you just carry your face, comes down with us in front. With the country, they go carry children. They enter church. Spray people gone. They enter church. Spray people gone. They pipe people. Carry some people go. And you come and tell me if they drop their arms, they can be the president. Okay, you are mad. God will punish you. God will punish you. Let the worst happen. God will punish you. We are in a country. They went to a school. They pick girls, KB State. And you open your mouth to tell us that if they drop their arms, they can be the president? What about the trauma that those people go through? Those girls will be slapped with. They go give them belly without consent. And you tell me if they drop their arm, they can be the president. They can come back to the society. God will punish you, General. I beg. God will punish you. God will punish you. One of your generals was spied which day here. They carry an entire bush, they finish him. So where's the justice for him? You come out and tell me that these same people will come back and be president of the country? Just there. Niger State, they go carry small children, 52. We never talk finish for Nasarawa. They don't go carry another one now for Doma. And you come and tell us, a GOC, and you come and tell us that if they lay down their arm, they can be president of this country. You should resign because you don't know what you're doing, sir. With no due respect, you should resign. You don't know what you're doing. You don't know who you are. You are also a sympathizer. They don't fear you. They don't respect you. I don't even respect you. You don't feel talk that even. I don't respect you. Then you expect people when they get gone, when they get launchers, when they carry assault rifles, when they get cars, when they hold money, when they respect you. If they lay down their arm, they're going to quit. Just resign, let somebody else take over. Begging terrorists instead of sending them to God. Preaching like a pastor.
For everyone, you need to come on board. Boko Haram should lay their arms unconditionally and be accepted in the community. Opportunities are out there for them. They can be rehabilitated. An ex-Boko Haram stands having laid his arms and comes back, turns his way away from his negativity. He stands to be a president of this country. He stands to aspire to any position in this country. Why is he wasting his time when he cannot even deliver? We will do that. But we have appealed to them, including their detractors, their collaborators, to see reason to, as fast as possible, quickly drop their arms so that we can once again reoccupy our peaceful position in Nigeria.
With all due respect, sir, General Abdulmalik Bulama Biu, with all due respect, sir, with all due respect, sir,
For everyone, you need to come on board. Boko Haram should lay their arms unconditionally and be accepted in the community. Opportunities are out there for them. They can be rehabilitated. An ex-Boko Haram stands having laid his arms and comes back, turns his way away from his negativity. He stands to be a president of this country. He stands to aspire to any position in this country. Why is he wasting his time when he cannot even deliver? We will do that. But we have appealed to them, including their detractors, their collaborators, to see reason to, as fast as possible, quickly drop their arms so that we can once again reoccupy our peaceful position in Nigeria.
with all due respect, sir, General Abdulmalik Bulama Biu, with all due respect, sir, with all due respect, sir, you are a general in the army, GOC for that matter. GOC for that matter. You are not a pastor. It's preaching where you did hear the preach. Look at you sounding tough. You are sounding tough. If the Boko Haram can just lay down their hands unconditionally, then you went on to say we are appealing to them. You are sounding tough, but it just showed weakness. You are sounding so tough. GOC. Now they talk like this. GOC. So if he lays down his arms unconditionally, as you are feeling pompous, your Ghana where you talk, I say maybe they fear you. Unconditionally, if he lays down his arm, he's forgiven, and he stands a chance of becoming the president of this country after I don't buy a lot of Nigerian citizens. So how do you expect them to stop when there's no penalty for whatever thing that they are doing? All they have to do is to lay down their arms, and they can be the president. All of us can actually just become terrorists at the end of the day. Okay, with all due respect, that position where you did, just leave them. GOC. Now they open the mouth, they talk this thing. GOC. Now they open the mouth, they talk this thing. GOC. He stand a chance to become the president. Then we should all be terrorists. So where's the justice for all the farmers where they don't buy? talking like it's just the talk as if the Boko Haram will fear you. Who are you that they will fear? Yes, I said it. Who are you, Oga? Who they want? They will fear you? With the way you are speaking now, who will fear you? Even me, I not fear you, not to talk of them when they get gone. Even me, I not fear you. You don't look scary. You don't even sound with confidence. You're talking in front of camera. Eh? Okay, go and resign. I better go and resign. People cannot do anything. Go and resign. General, when if you deliver polling units, you don't fight war. How many war you don't win? General, you just carry your face constant with person front. With the country, they go carry children. They enter church. Spread people gone. They enter church. Spread people gone. They pipe people. Carry some people go. And you come and tell me if they drop their arms, they can be the president. Okay, you are mad. God will punish you. God will punish you. Let the worst happen. God will punish you. We are in a country. They went to a school. They pick girls, KB State. And you open your mouth to tell us that if they drop their arms, they can be the president? What about the trauma that those people go through? Those girls will be slapped with. They go give them belly without consent. And you tell me if they drop their arm, they can be the president. They can come back to the society. God will punish you, General. I beg. God will punish you. God will punish you. One of your generals was spied which day here. They carry an entire bridge, they finish him. So where's the justice for him? You come out and tell me that these same people will come back and be president of the country? Just there. Niger State, they go carry small children, 52. We never thought finish for Nasarawa. They don't go carry another one now for Doma. And you come and tell us the GOC and you come and tell us that if they lay down their arm, they can be president of this country. You should resign because you don't know what you're doing, sir. With no due respect, you should resign. You don't know what you're doing. You don't know who you are. You are also a sympathizer. They don't fear you. They don't respect you. I don't even respect you.
The judge, Justice James Omotosho, held that the prosecution was able to establish the ingredients of the charge against him. In his ruling, he said he was satisfied that Kanu had made a series of broadcasts incite violence and killings as part of his campaign for a separate state in southeast Nigeria, known as Biafra. Kanu was convicted on all 7 charges he faced. As well as terrorism, they included treason and involvement with an outlawed movement. Omotosho, in his ruling, sentenced the leader of the proscribed indigenous people of Biafra to life imprisonment. Omotosho declined the prosecutor's request for a death penalty, saying he must, and I quote, temper justice with mercy, end quote. And this is despite Kanu's reported arrogance and lack of remorse. Well, joining us on the show to discuss the outcome of Kanu's journey to jail and its implications for peace in the Southeast is Maxwell Okpara, lawyer for convicted Nnamdi Kanu. Good morning, sir, and welcome to the program today.
Search has changed.
Introducing SEMrush One, uniting traditional SEO and AI search.
Good morning, Vimbai. Good morning, Ayo. Good morning, Dr. Bati. It's my pleasure to be here once again.
Good morning.
Well, Maxwell, we all know the details of what transpired so far in the Nnamdi Kanu case. As his counsel, although he had dismissed all his lawyers and said he would defend himself, now, a day after, what's your take? What do you think? And what will you recommend as the way forward? Of course, you can go on appeal, but the prosecutors can also cross-appeal. But what's your position on all that has transpired?
Well, I want to start by commending the people of Southeast, the Igbo people, for listening to us yesterday. We are calling inside the court, calling from courts, chatting that nobody should take laws into their hand because 80%, if not 90% of the people of Southeast, the Igbos, they are with Nnamdi Kanu. They know that Nnamdi Kanu is not a criminal, is not a terrorist. I want to commend them. That one is on that. Then secondly, Dr. Bat, you said that you know all that transpired yesterday. I beg to disagree. You don't know all that transpired yesterday because what you people, just like Vimbai commended the judiciary for allowing to stream the judgment live. Now you ask yourself, what stopped the judiciary from streaming the trial live so that people will understand what happened? But that one is a different ballgame.
Just a moment. Just a moment. I didn't say that I know what transpired. I was not in the court. When did I say I know all that transpired yesterday?
Okay.
I just asked you to react to what happened yesterday. I didn't say so.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
I was not in open court.
Sorry,
I would have known.
I withdraw it.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. Okay, sir. Sorry, sir. Now, I also want to call all well-meaning Nigerians to join hands into this matter so that the Court of Appeal will set aside this judgment. Doctor, but I want to tell you that as at yesterday, when the judgment was given, there in America, where our delegates were facing the U.S. Congress, one of the congressmen now raised this issue. He narrated the kind of injustice Nnamdi Kanu have suffered in the hands of Nigeria, as if the man is a Nigerian. So most of the times when you are talking, these people get information more than you. Let me just start by saying that Nnamdi Kanu has suffered the highest injustice any other person can suffer in the whole world. Here in Nigeria, his own country. One, he was enjoying his bail. A government, the prosecutor, who is prosecuting him, went to his house in Afaruku, unprovoked, and they killed 38 persons and left with 13 corpses as we speak. As we are talking about, as a result of that, he lost the parents. Now, as if that one is not enough, Nnamdi Kanu ran away and deposed affidavits from Israel. My Lord, I'm in Israel. Look at the circumstances that made me to run away. The affidavits who have it is in the court file. Please, if my Lord can guarantee my security, I will come back to face my trial. While that one was on, he was unlawfully brought back to Nigeria here. And the United Nations, through their special rapporteur, gave a decision saying that Nnamdi Kanu never is not a terrorist, Nnamdi Kanu never jumped bail, that as a matter of urgency, that Nigeria should release Nnamdi Kanu. They refused that judgment. Federal High Court in Umuahia look at all the whole matters we filed, and they said that Nnamdi Kanu should be released, and that federal government should pay Nnamdi Kanu 50 billion naira as we speak to you. As we speak to you, the federal government has not complied with that judgment. The same thing applied to Enugu High Court and what have you. I'm not talking about that of Kenya. Coming back to Nigeria here, we continue with the trial. Then Court of Appeal unanimously discharged Nnamdi Kanu, and they said that no court should try Nnamdi Kanu. Federal government refused to comply with that order, and they kept Nnamdi Kanu unlawfully for 9 days before they now file what they call motion for stay in a criminal matter, the first in history. Now, when they filed the motion for stay, the matter gets to Supreme Court. Supreme Court, in looking at all these things, Supreme Court made an decision. One, that Nnamdi Kanu never jumped bail. The court ought not have revoked his bail, and condemned the attitude of military sending Operation Python dams in his house and massacred many people there.
All right.
And they directed the Federal High Court. Let me finish. Let me make this submission. And they referred the matter back to Federal High Court to continue with the trial, with the intention that the matter will continue with the Honorable Justice Binta Nyako's court. So when we get there, Binta Nyako now recused himself. The matter now get back to Justice Omotosho. Nnamdi Kanu took a fresh plea. That plea Nnamdi Kanu took before Justice Binta Nyako is no longer effective. He now took a plea, a fresh plea in a fresh court, starting de novo.
Okay, I
now
need to
that
come
was
in now.
where the issue of repealed law comes in.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, thank you very much for breaking it down for us this morning. Now, you said as part of your statement that a significant number of people in the Southeast are sympathetic at best to the plight of Nnamdi Kanu. Now, in the interest of public peace and in the interest of national security, how should this matter be managed, pending when the next decision, whether to appeal or not, will be taken by Nnamdi Kanu? I say this because I believe that at the end of the day, what we want is to ensure that we don't further incite people to aggression or to violence, and that we are able to have some peace in the Southeast. Also, I'd like you to comment on the situation of the sit-at-home order. In terms of that regard, would you ask that people return, or we are hopeful that we will see an end to this Monday sit-at-home order in the Southeast?
Well, I want to start by saying that the issue of a sit-at-home, some people took advantage of Nnamdi Kanu's incommunicado and be issuing unnecessary order. When this issue started, Nnamdi Kanu personally sent me to Europe to go and talk to Simon Ekpa that he should stop this sit-at-home. I think either in this studio or in another studio, where we also issue that whatever thing that you are doing, Nnamdi Kanu is not a party to it. Lucky enough, one day, the DSSS allowed Nnamdi Kanu to speak from the court. Nnamdi Kanu also made it very clear to everybody. That one is on that. Now, back to your question. The best way to handle this thing is for Court of Appeal to set aside this most embarrassing judgment aside and allow Nnamdi Kanu to continue with his agitation. And let federal government now call him. My brother, why are you agitating? So that, one, because yesterday, in the judgment, you are comparing Nnamdi Kanu's agitation with Boko Haram. Somebody that told you that, look at what I am fighting for. Look at what I'm fighting for. Instead of you to call the person, what is the problem? How do we feel that we can resolve this thing? I'll tell you, this is what gave rise to this agitation. This is what gave rise to this agitation. Then you address it. The agitation will just die naturally. Now, why the judgment yesterday is because Nnamdi Kanu is an Igbo. Yes, it is because Nnamdi Kanu is an Igbo. You can't do it to any other tribe in Nigeria.
No, Maxwell.
I want to prove it. Yes, I want to prove it. I want to prove it.
No, I want to just say, wait, hold on. I want to say that it's important that we're able to not incite any form of aggression based on this assertion. So except you're able to prove beyond reasonable doubt, please don't make such assertions. We won't want to entertain that on the show, please. I think it's important that if you would make such an assertion,
I withdraw it.
Thank you.
I withdraw it.
Thank you.
I withdraw it.
All right.
Now, but people.
Okay, I'll let you land. Please go ahead, Mr. Okwara. Go ahead.
So what the point? The best way to handle this matter as it stands now is for Court of Appeal to look at all the whole matters we file, which Nnamdi Kanu also file stay of proceedings. Say, my Lord, please, these issues I took to Court of Appeal, they are fundamental issues. Please allow Court of Appeal to give directives on how to go about it. So, and the judgment was given. So now that the matters are in Court of Appeal, let Court of Appeal look at all these matters.
Okay.
We file affidavit of urgency. We look at all these matters and to see whether this judgment was delivered predicated on law or on an anger, on personal hatred.
I think one of the sort of biggest elements that came out yesterday was, the absence of a defense. I think many people were anticipating beyond the justice and the court, the Nigerians were anticipating the defense, controverting evidence. And I'll just pick some of the evidence, for example, that was read out yesterday. This is as goes by the CTC. He said, the defendant said, I am telling you people to go into the bush, and wherever you see a military convoy, you attack them. Wherever you see a police convoy, attack them. They are human beings and they also bleed. Any person with a police uniform or any army uniform is an enemy of the people, end quote. So some of these things were things we would have wanted to hear addressed. As counsels were, shall I say, reassigned to become consultants, but you were in the web. Can you give us insight into why we couldn't get a defense for, some of these statements that many people are hearing and are concerned about the nature of this type of language from somebody who's so influential that people listen to, that people will obey orders from?
Monday.com, the opposite of any work platform we tried in the past. We tried other work management platforms, not naming names.
Very good question, Mr. Vimbai. When you people started the introduction of the program, I was following it up. You made mention of a final written address. And the Dr. Bat, thank God that Dr. Bat is also a good in this field because I have been benefiting from his submissions and legal analysis. Now, defense is not compulsory that you will call a witness. It's not compulsory. Defense has to do with cross-examination. Defense has to do with you filing your final written address. Now, they tendered 34 exhibits. 34 exhibits, including Nnamdi Kanu's boxers, including Nnamdi Kanu's singlets, including Nnamdi Kanu perfume, they collected in his room. Now, the judge relied heavily on is all those doctored video clip. And anytime they want to tender anyone, after playing it, they will ask any objection. Our lead counsel said, my lord, we will object, but we will reserve our comment in our final written address. All these things are in the court's record. This is how they tendered all the whole exhibits. And we plan to attack them on the final written address. Now, Nnamdi Kanu told you that, please, I'm supposed to enter my defense, but I want you to clarify one issue, especially the directive Supreme Court gave that these people should amend their charge. They should amend their charge to reflect on the proper law. And the issue I raised, you said no, you must enter defense. I will address all those issues in the final judgment. Before we could say Jack Robinson, you foreclose Nnamdi Kanu. When you foreclose Nnamdi Kanu, what are you expected to do? You should order for address. Because Section 36, Dr. Bat talked about the Administration of Criminal Justice Act. Administration of Criminal Justice Act cannot take over the position of the Constitution. Section 36 said any person that is facing criminal trial is entitled to adequate time and facility. What is one of the facilities? Final written address. And when we come to court
yesterday, is he still entitled to that if the judge feels he's being unruly and he's abusive and... I'm just curious. Yes, you feel he's still entitled if he's saying that this court is rubbish, you don't know law, he should still proceed. Is that what the law says?
Let me address you. See, you have to separate your personal emotion from the adjudication of a matter before you. That is why I said that judgment yesterday was predicated on anger. But I don't want to go into that. Now, Nnamdi Kanu said, please, my lord, I want to find my final written address to address some issues. You, on your own, foreclose him. And when you foreclose him, because once parties are closed their matter, you expected to ask for a final written address. Except the parties on their own said, my lord, we are not filing a final written address. You're supposed to give them that opportunity of fair hearing. Let him file his final written address. You are not saying that you have used his motion he filed earlier as his final written address. Does that motion address all those doctored video clip that you accepted? Now, in all those video clips, the one that favor the prosecution, you take it. When they talk about the death of Gulag, the chief security officer of Imo State, who is the governor, said that no, IPOB is not the person that killed Gulag. Nobody killed Gulag. Gulag death was as a result of politics. That particular issue, the judge never evaluated. So I can go on and on and on and on to see. That was why someone like some other person said that the judgment has already been written before the trial. And I concede to that. Now, the point we are making is that you give somebody, once in any criminal trial, we are talking about criminal trial, especially the one that have a capital offense, where there is any iota of doubt, you resolve it in the favor of accused person. And you are expected to prove your case beyond the reasonable doubt. You cannot place your case on the weakness of the defendant. You cannot rely your case or your prosecution on the weakness of the defenders, assuming without considering that the defender did not object, did not file any defense.
Okay,
the judge, under the law, you are expected to review all those evidence to say whether they are even admissible in the first instance.
Maxwell, two things. As a citizen, I don't think it will be a good thing to play the ethnic card. A lot of people do that, but people who are less informed than you are, you leave it to them to play the ethnic card. And as an officer in the
All right. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to another political roundtable with UB. I want to believe you're all doing fine wherever you're watching from right now. I see we have 400 plus watching on both stream. Can you please tap your screen? If you are watching on portrait mode, tap your screen to give this stream a like. And if you are on our regular landscape format, please hit the like. I was hoping I can do like maybe 3 to 4 hours on today's show, but unfortunately, I can only do about 2 hours. And I want us to have this conversation. So please, if you are free, join me in the studio. If you can't come into the studio, leave your thoughts in the comment. This conversation about Nnamdi Kanu sentencing is long overdue. And I think it is high time we raise our voices as citizens of Nigeria. I've always said it here. I've made it clear on multiple occasions. You may say you are not interested in what the politicians are doing, but trust me, you are going to be affected by the decision the politicians made. With what is currently going on in Nigeria, we have killings, kidnapping, assault, all kind of craziness going down in Nigeria. And in the light of all this, Nnamdi Kanu was sentenced yesterday. All right. So I actually stopped Dr. Abati right there because I'm not going to lie to you. The statement by Dr. Abati kind of pissed me off. And I don't blame him. He's doing his job. As a journalist, he's doing his job. But it's becoming apparent that the Nigerian journalists are part of the problem we have in the country. So I don't want to derail you. I have so much on my mind. I'm trying as much as possible to stay professional and not get involved in this matter, but I don't see how I'm not going to be involved in this matter one way or the other, but may God help me. So basically, on today's episode, we want to consider Nnamdi Kanu, Biafran Republic, and terrorism conviction. So those are the three things we have on our plate today. If you're ready, I'm so ready. Now, if you're watching us for the first time, kindly subscribe to the channel. And if you want to drop your thoughts in the chat or you want to come to the studio, you are free. Over here, we have just one simple rule. No insult, no trolling, no cursing, and all of that. It's okay to disagree with people's opinion, but please don't turn it to a battle. Whatever is going on in Nigeria affects all of us. Whether we like it or not, as it stands today, Nigeria still remains one entity, a sovereign country that has over 200 plus ethnicity. Now, with the way things are going, if Nigerians decided they want to go their separate way tomorrow, that is a different conversation. But as it is right now, we are all in this together. So we're going to examine this Nnamdi Kanu situation, and I'm going to ask some very pertinent questions. I want you to be sincere with me, all right? First of all, I'm going to start with the judgment passed yesterday. I will put up some questions, and I will expect you to drop your take in the chat. I'll continue to play the video and then we'll come back and discuss it. Okay. This is Political Roundtable with Yubi. You are all welcome. Don't be a stranger. Let the poor breathe. But unfortunately, they are not allowing anybody to breathe in Nigeria right now. Okay, let's get this show started formally.
You are watching Political Roundtable with Yubi. Like, subscribe, and leave your thoughts in the comments.
All right, my first question, based on what you've heard so far, will be this, and it's going to be a poll. I want you to take this poll with me. Is Nnamdi Kanu guilty of terrorism? We are not lawyers. I know we have a lot of learned lawyers that are watching right now. Just for you and I, ordinary people who really don't know the law, from we looking in from outside, based on everything that has gone down with this case so far, tell me if you think Nnamdi Kanu is guilty of terrorism. So if you think Nnamdi Kanu is guilty of terrorism, drop a 1 in the chat. If you think they may charge him with every other thing, but terrorism, nope, drop a 2. If you think, well, if you look at it one side, it's like he's guilty of terrorism, or maybe if you look at it the other side, he's not guilty, drop a 3. Let's cast this vote real quick, please. I'm going somewhere with this, and if you are watching right now, we have to somehow be on the same page, even if we are not on the same page, but at least we have to look at this objectively. Do you agree that Nnamdi Kanu is guilty of terrorism? Please, let's put away our tribes or ethnicity or religion or everything right now, and let us be human for a minute. Do you think, with everything that went down, the charges they brought against him, with the fact that a judge has initially set him free, because I know a lot of people are missing that particular point there. Nnamdi Kanu was arrested before, he was tried, and a female judge dismissed that case, set him free. He was rearrested, detained, and out of nowhere, these 7 terrorism charges came out. And that's what dude has been battling all this while, until yesterday that Justice Omotosho finally gave the judgment. And you've read about it, you've seen videos. He said he's sending Nnamdi Kanu to life imprisonment. Myself, I'm not a lawyer. I don't know how this thing works, but I'm like, ewo, life imprisonment from where to where? And by the way, in case you don't know, I'm a Yoruba guy. So don't say, oh, I'm a Igbo. He's a Igbo. That is why this guy is talking like this. I'm a Yoruba guy, and we have a lot of amazing Yoruba people that don't do rubbish. We don't condone partiality, tribalism. We don't do that. We just call it the way we see it. I have nothing to gain. If they divide Nigeria today, I'm not going to be a Biafran. I will end up being Oduduwa. But let's call a spade a spade. Please, if you are a lawyer and you are watching, educate us. How is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu guilty and convicted of terrorism? Koyemi. And we also what's going on in Nigeria right now. The actual terrorists, they are killing with impunity. Oh, sorry. I forgot Sister Marriott and Misty, they are watching. They will say I'm yelling. I don't want to yell. Let me take my coffee. Maybe I no go shout. When I no verse, I'm human. I don't condone rubbish. Rubbish piss me off. When I no verse, I don't want yell. But if you are with me, let's have this conversation. I started today's show with Very Dark Man video for a reason. And the reason I started with that video is for you to listen to a Nigerian general saying on camera that he is pleading with Boko Haram to repent, and that if they repent, they can even become the president of this country. And you are saying Donald Trump should not call us a disgraced country. Hold on. Maybe I'm not getting it. It be like say, I no get them. I think I miss it. For those who are just joining, I want you to watch this video again, and then I will go back to the Arise News video that I'm playing. I just want you to know, in case if you see me yelling, if you are watching us for the first time and you see me yelling, no verse, okay? Here, this is UB and the Real Farm. In our community here, all of us, we know our character. People will know me, they know say at the year. So that's why my sister, they go say, oh yeah, UB, you are yelling. But I know verse. But Nigeria will piss you off. If Nigeria never piss you off right now, as you are watching me now, bros, I beg, come sell patience for me. Biko, I want to be like you. If Nigeria, I know they piss you off now. Whether you live in US, you live in Canada, in the UK, all over the world. If what's going down in Nigeria right now doesn't piss you off, I beg, come sell patient for me, okay? I won't be like you. I want you to listen to this. I know you may not like Very Dark Man, but please, just listen to the beginning. This is what your general in Nigeria Army has to say. Listen.
You don't feel talk that if I don't respect you. Then you expect people when they get gone, when they get launchers.
Oh, make I even go find.
When they carry assault rifles.
Let me go and look for the one.
When they get cars, when they hold money, they respect you. They lay down their arm. They go and quit. Just resign, let somebody else take over. Begging terrorists instead of sending them to God, preaching like a pastor.
For everyone, you need to come on board. Boko Haram should lay their arms unconditionally and be accepted in the community. Opportunities are out there for them. They can be rehabilitated. An ex-Boko Haram stands having laid his arms and comes back, turns his way away from his negativity. He stands to be a president of this country. He stands to aspire to any position in this country. Why is he wasting his time when he cannot even deliver? We will do that. But we have appealed to them, including their detractors, their collaborators, to see reason to, as fast as possible, quickly drop their arms so that we can once again reoccupy our peaceful position in Nigeria.
I believe you all heard it. That is a general. Ogami saying we are appealing to Boko Haram. There are videos all over the internet. Have you seen how these dudes are unaliving people? Have you seen how they move around in motorbikes? And Nigeria Army say we are appealing to Boko Haram. And yet, Nnamdi Kanu is the terrorist. Are we not a joke? Please, just help me make it make sense. Are we not a joke of a country? Nnamdi Kanu is a terrorist. Ooh, thank God we are alive to see this happening in Nigeria. Let's go back to let's do this real quick. At the verse, and I'm trying to be calm. Help me cast your vote. I'm seeing the vote now. Thank you. Nemeka say 2. So in case you don't know what we are voting for, this is the first poll we are having on today's show. Is Nnamdi Kanu guilty of terrorism? I am not a lawyer, so make no talk. Yeah, I am not a lawyer, but I'm expecting those who study law, who know the law way better than us, to please help me make it make sense. Me, as an ordinary man, I see you, Samuel. I think your network is still connecting. Okay, Uncle Dayo, it's you. You're welcome, sir. Please help me make it make sense. I am not a lawyer, but I don't see anything relating to terrorism in all those charges they brought against Nnamdi Kanu. Please, if you think Nnamdi Kanu is guilty of terrorism, drop 1. If you think he's not guilty of terrorism, drop 2. And if you are undecided, drop 3. I will take your comments shortly. Uncle Dayo, since you are in the studio, let me ask you real quick, sir. Is Nnamdi Kanu guilty of terrorism?
I don't believe he's guilty of terrorism, sir. I don't believe at all. For 2 major reasons. Number 1, he has not single-handedly by anybody. Neither has he single-handedly done anything violent by himself to say anybody. He's just an agitator, agitating for better condition of service, better condition of life, better condition of well-being for his people. Tagging him a terrorist and convicting him as one, to me, is too far-fetched. The worst they could have charged him with is to be somebody that is an advocate, human rights advocate. It's the same line with somebody like Shiure, VDM and co. But tagging him to be a terrorist simply because they claim, or it was alleged, that he made some incisive statements that now provoke some people to be taking actions. To me, it's a far-fetched issue. So personally, I don't think he is guilty of it. Thank you, sir.
All right. Thank you very, very much. You actually made the point I was going to make. All right. You can say his words are insightful. You can say, oh, he wants to divide Nigeria. I think if they charge him for treason, maybe it will even make it will make a lot of sense than this terrorism thing. Nnamdi Kanu has never held a gun to anybody's head. Not that they found any weapon on him. And he is to be sentenced to life imprisonment. When I was playing the Arise News video, Nnamdi Kanu's lawyer said he felt like this judgment has tribal connotation. And Ayo of Arise News said, no, don't say that, don't say that. Me, I'm going to say it, I'm sorry. I think Nnamdi Kanu got this terrible judgment because he's an Igbo man. My opinion. Yes, because if we can have Fulani herdsmen, bandits, Boko Haram, ISWAP, rampaging from the north all the way to the middle belt, unaliving thousands on their way. And you can look at us eyeball to eyeballs and tell us those guys deserve amnesty. And an army general can actually tell us
I appeal to them to drop their weapons. They can become president of Nigeria. And Emmanuel has never shot or pie anybody before. He's convicted of terrorism and sentenced to life imprisonment. And even that life imprisonment, the way the judge read the verdict, he make it sound like he's doing him a favor. Because according to him, the international community has frowned at capital punishment. So if not for the sake of the international community, we are just say, yeah, I hereby sentence you to die by hanging. I don't understand. Where are we going? What are we doing in Nigeria? This is madness. There is no two way about it. Now, I do understand that the proceedings were kind of mad with a lot of irregularities. I do understand that Nnamdi Kanu has several tantrums. Some people say, oh, he has short temperament. Let me tell you something. Hey, people don't know how this thing they be at times. So, look, try this. Lock yourself or ask your wife or your daughter or your brother or anybody. Ask them to lock you in a room inside your own house. So let them just lock you in a room, lock the window, lock everything. Make you just stay there for 3 good days. 3 days too far, save. Just 2 days, you will see how mad you will be. Now, imagine somebody who they've used to play politics. Buhari play politics with Kanu. See, I don't care. I'm not a supporter of Kanu. Let me make that clear now. Like I said, if you divide Nigeria today, there is no way I'm going to end up in Biafra. Possible. So I'm not a supporter of Kanu, but I'm a supporter of fairness, justice, and equity. I'm a supporter of due process. You arrest him, you charge him to court, let him defend himself, you find him guilty, no problem. So far, all the proceedings are fair. But you messed with this guy. Over the years, Buhari take and play politics. Now this guy end up in the court. And apparently, the guy, his sister say, he continued to say that, look, this court has no jurisdiction over this case. This is not the court where this case could be tried. And you can even heard him, I think when he said he's going to defend himself, he asked the judge, sir, can you tell me under which law are you prosecuting me? No answer. Nobody where it go be where it go reach one point you will lose your mind. I am not saying what Nnamdi Kanu did is good. No, I'm not a fan of that. But sometimes it get how Nigeria go frustrate you. Where we say you will just throw caution to the wind and say anything we want happen, make it happen. Save. You're not going to understand. Let me give you an example. You see the current spate of kidnapping and spying that is going on in Nigeria right now. I pray by the power of Almighty God that none of you will fall victim. It will not come to you. It will not come to me. It will not come to our friends. It make it not even happen to anybody. This is not something we even have to do segregated prayer. No. Because guess what? If they call you today, say they don't kidnap your papa or they kidnap your mama or they kidnap your sister or your brother, bro, you not gonna be this, let us be reasonable person, no. No. May Nigeria not happen to you. So, that argument that, oh, Kanu, he has temper tantrum, he behaved this way, he go front, he move back, it's all bullshit. You get out, the system will frustrate you, you will lost it at one point or the other. So for me, that is not a big deal. But why don't you give him a fair trial. That's why I kept saying only lawyers can explain what went down there and it will make sense. I don't know. I can't explain it. I wish I studied law. Maybe I may not be seeing it from this, my crazy perspective of this is injustice, because that's what it's looking like to me. It's like they just committed injustice against Nnamdi Kanu, sentenced to life imprisonment on the charges of terrorism for somebody who have never held a gun, somebody who have never shot anybody. Come on now. Sentence him to life imprisonment because, according to the prosecutor and what the judge is saying, the utterances that came out of his mouth incited people to be unaliving people. Come on. Make it make sense. In all of this, I just felt like I think they wanted to scatter Nigeria. I'm sorry. Allegedly. With everything going on now, some of us have seen this coming for a while. I think one time I was having a conversation with some friends and I took this position that, look, with what I'm saying, I think even the Northerners, they wanted to go their separate way. I think the Northerners are tired. They want to go their separate way. It's not just Biafra, 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 I want to go. Did you know there are many Yorubas that are also silently, and some are even saying it on camera, that we want to do a republic? So, I don't know if you get what I'm saying. Because with all the things that is going on right now, and now the government is quiet, and the Boko Haram bandits, they are growing stronger every day, it's beginning to feel like, it's like they want to turn this into armor, maybe we scatter them. That's what I'm thinking. I don't know. I may be wrong. Because I don't see the government moving as if they actually want peace. I'm not sure. So you have Boko Haram madness going on one hand, with America threatening that they're going to come and intervene. You now have this judgment on Nnamdi Kanu yesterday. Are you guys adding one or two together? Is this a kind of distraction? Were they expecting that, okay, maybe when we give this judgment, the Igbos, they will start rioting. Lagos riot, East riot, everywhere. Bah, boo, boo. I don't get it. Honestly, I don't get it. And that is why I always come back to President Tinubu. As much as we can say, he inherited this problem, that as much as I want to say, Tinubu inherited Boko Haram, he also inherited Nnamdi Kanu case, but the way the Baba and his administration is moving, it doesn't look like, it almost look as if maybe they are enjoying this thing like it's a theater for them. I don't know. I just don't know. I know my thought is all over the place, and it's because I'm angry, and at the same time, I'm trying not to say things that will sound like, oh, this guy, you are inciting people, you are provoking people, or it's just madness. But we'll take it one point at a time. I see a lot of comments. Let me see if I can try to read some of these comments, but if I can't read all your comments, thank you. People are reading it in the chat. I just want us to reason together. Nnamdi Kanu case is on one hand, Boko Haram terrorists on the other hand. America just had a hearing yesterday, and from the way that hearing is going, they are going to approve Donald Trump to come to Nigeria. You see, that drum of war when they beat, we're not going to know how far. Okay, with the way things are going. But anyway, let's move on with this conversation. So, for Nnamdi Kanu, what do you think is the way forward? Yesterday, I already dropped my 2 cents. Like, okay, fine. Now that he has been convicted and sentenced to life imprisonment, he has 90 days to appeal. Now, we did that 90 days. If President Tinubu really wants peace to reign, he can actually step in and say, you know what? Let's go the political route. Let's give him pardon with some condition. Highest, put him on probation. Do whatever you want to do. But right now, Nnamdi Kanu and the agitation of the people, of our people from the East, should not derail us from the bigger problem we are facing in Nigeria, which is this terrorist. So I'm expecting the president to act swiftly. You know how now this Tinubu regime, now I see say that they use that word a lot. I have commanded the soldier to act swiftly. Oh, Mr. President is going to act swiftly. I think now is the time for Mr. President to act swiftly. We have bigger fish to fry. We cannot deal with holding Nnamdi Kanu, sentencing Nnamdi Kanu until the people of the Eastern region now get provoked. And we are now facing too much battle from all fronts. We can afford to do that. So let me know what you think in the comment. Uncle Dayo, what's the way forward from your side, sir? Let me find my glasses.
Now, first and foremost, that appeal is going to appeal, okay? And then when he has made his appeal, it's going to be upheld, and that judgment will be suspended, pending another court hearing. The case will still continue. However, what the government is doing presently is to try to distract attention from this daily incursion of these bandits, because ever since the threat from Donald Trump, the bandits have upped their game. They are now attacking on a daily basis, and they're even doing it so glaringly. Now they are recording everything and putting it on social media by themselves. I will not be surprised if the video of the kidnapping of those students surface online somewhere just to provoke people. I won't be surprised, Uncle Ben, because they record everything.
Yeah.
This recent one that they did about this school in Niger State or so, they said they came with a van. They came with a van and with about 60 motorcycles. 60 motorcycles just to come and invade the school. And you cannot tell me that the whole security outfit, they are not aware. That's number one. The one that happened in Kebbi State, the governor came out angrily, complaining bitterly that they had information about 3 days before they came, and they put security in place in the school to prevent this attack. But 30 minutes to the time that these people will invade, the security people suddenly left the place. Maybe they were called back 30 minutes after these people came and they abducted those students. See, we are fighting against it is difficult. I mean, it is easier for you to fight against a known enemy, but it is much more difficult for you to fight against an enemy inside your own house.
Yeah. Please go ahead, Uncle Dayo. Let me pick my glasses, okay? Go ahead.
Now, it is much more difficult for you to fight against an enemy inside your own house because you don't even know who. Imagine security have been put in place. They heard that they wanted to come and raid this school. The governor put security in place to protect the school. Early morning, 30 minutes before these people came, the security people left the place. Who called them off? Who called them off? Who told them to leave the place 30 minutes before these bandits came to raid the school? They killed the vice principal and they made the way with the students. Somebody must have called them to leave the place. And I want to believe it's one of their leaders. If they really want to work, let them investigate. How come the security people left 30 minutes and they came and did the work they wanted to do when they already knew that something like that was going to happen? And if you look at every other story of all this abduction, of all these attacks, it goes the same route. Security people will be aware. It's either they don't do anything at all, or they will just leave the place just before the matter comes up. And then you'll be wondering what is really going on. The one that we had of recent about this yellow water, an American journalist that has been on ground said that they sent information to all Nigerian security forces a week before that incident that, see, this is what is going to happen. No. Don't send the same information for them to be on the alert that these people are planning to attack this village. Even the day that they were coming to attack that village, they still send information. It's all on the social media there. They put it out. And despite it all, no directive was given to our security forces to go and protect that village. And when when they were even moving to go and attack that village, they still alert them. And less than a kilometer away, there is a police station there that is kind of a police post. They never came until after they have finished whatever they are doing, buying those people, and they left before the police now came. What are we talking about? Something is wrong. Something is deeply wrong with this country. Now, bringing it back to this case of our dear brother, Nnamdi Kanu, who are the people that are complicit in all these things among our people? How come they cannot fish them out? How come they've not been able to arrest one single person of these bandits? How come when anybody kills a bandit, they will come after that person, prosecute that person? But if bandits kill anybody, nobody is being arrested. No, nothing like investigation. All what we are hearing is that we are going to launch an investigation and we are going to do everything possible to bring them to justice. They have never brought one single person to justice. And these people kept buying people every day. Now, look at these students also that have been kidnapped. Who is being held accountable? Who call up those security people at the school? Everybody is silent. Where are we going? This is not right, sir. This is not right. Something is wrong, technically wrong with this country. And God help us all.
Thank you, Uncle Dio. Let me read some comment real quick, and then we can talk about secessions. Okay, we can talk about the Biafra, the need to go their separate ways, and how they can make that happen. We can cover all of that. Sister Mario, Sister Mario said, me, I want to separate from Nigeria. Mr. Kanu is not alone. I swear to God, even me, if they ask us to vote, if we should go our different ways, honestly, I will vote that, you know what, our wahala too much. Since we cannot live together in peace, let everybody go their different ways. Maurice said the only condition is to release him with Biafra. That's overreach. I don't think that's gonna work, my brother. Sorry. Okay. Uncle Dio said, he will appeal and his appeal will be upheld and the judgment will be overturned. This is just another distraction from the ongoing crisis. Absolutely. How are you doing? Afri said, what do you want African Americans to know about this situation in Nigeria? Basically, all you need to know is that we don't have peace in Nigeria. There are killings, there are Christian genocide in Nigeria, no matter how they try to spin it. Christians have been unalive every day, and we just want peace, period. Okay. My lovely sister Achille say Biafra, Odudua, and Arewa, no be today. Zamia says, sentenced after 10 years of being kept in jail. It's simple. Take up arms. This is solution. I don't think that's a very good solution. If what I know about Nigerians is accurate, there's going to be a lot of bloodshed. We don't want that. Mara said, I've always found those types of prayers to be unchristian and selfish. Which one? Say, pray for Nigeria. Is that the prayer you don't like, my sister? Because even me, that prayer pissed me off at times where we say, let us pray for Nigeria. For where? Kadi say, what he did was 100% good. If not you, you go act this way. Yeah, that is referring to Nnamdi Kanu outburst in the court. All right. G said, watching from South Britain. Oh, thank you very much. God bless you. I don't know we have this much overreach. Thank you. Mario say all these years in Nigeria prison, surprise is still functioning. Yeah, prison mess with your brain. I don't even know Nnamdi Kanu can still have that much composure after all he has been through. Haruna, how are you doing? Haruna said, I'm of opinion that Nnamdi Kanu is not guilty of terrorism. That's what I thought too. I don't think there's no way that guy is guilty of terrorism. Sister Grace say, yeah, Nnamdi Kanu is the terrorist killing Nigerians who deserve life imprisonment. My sister, I surprised. The Boko Haram terrorists are unaliving people every day. Are you guys aware that I know some of you, the last news you heard was that 25 girls were kidnapped, right? Well, that has become old news. Yesterday, they attacked another school, St. Mary, somewhere in Niger State, and some accounts said about 100 girls were taken. Some accounts are saying 52 girls. Whichever way, it is not okay. And that Niger State governor came out and said they actually sent alert. Some people were there to alert them that terrorists were coming, but yet the school went ahead and stay open. Like, I see you, my brother, comparable fact. Because of my Muslim friends, there are so many things I'm kind of restraining myself from saying so that I won't offend my Muslim friends, which are great people anyway. But respectfully, the way some of these Muslim leaders talk is disgraceful. When they attacked that church in Kwara State, that CAC church, the governor's wife said there was an attempted attack. Let me just finish with this Nnamdi Kanu situation. My brother, comparing fact, how are you doing, sir? You welcome? You welcome to Political Roundtable today.
Yeah, good morning. I believe it's good afternoon where you are, which is in the Eastern Standard Time. Are you in the Central or the East? Well,
I'm Central. It's actually
okay. So it's still
11
morning because it's
right
it's not 12 yet where you are.
Yeah, it's 11.
Okay. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm glad to be on this platform, Uncle Beno. Thanks for giving me the privilege to speak, and the listeners, greeting to everybody. So let me start. I've not spoken on your platform, since yesterday development. It has been a lot going on in Nigeria. Nigeria is the giving that never stop. We are talking about the international angle where you have a lot of congressmen debating about our future. Is that not insidious? You have another country deliberating whether Nigeria should exist, whether they're going to come in on, this is where what we have become, and this is where we are right now. So Nigeria's situation, it's not just this Nnamdi Kanu, the separatism that we are dealing with. We are dealing with terrorism that may actually define what this country is. If you really think about it, since Nigeria got their independence, which is about 64 years, if I'm right, and I hope my mind is right, Nigeria can be defined, based on tribalism, ethnicity, religious, and other things. We have been in existence for 64 years, but have never been able to resolve our problem. And you think that's going to be resolved? When the present politician we have, all they care is for their own interest. They don't care for the common people. Every kind of political unrest you have going on, particularly the election, is about their own interest. And they bastardize the country in order to keep the people poor, put them at the poverty, weaponize poverty in order to remain relevant. And because they know, if they keep you poor, you're gonna, you don't have a say. You're gonna support them. They're gonna give you, is that $1 or $2? Let me put it in dollar cents. So it will make more sense, because I believe a lot of people, maybe about 80% or 90% of people listening, most of them are in Biafran. So I'm gonna use I'm going to use dollar to denote my narrative. So they give them, I don't know, $5. How much is it in right now? 1,500 or whatever. So, but anyway, I'm just making a statement. They give you a $5, $10, and you show your life for the next 4 years. This is where we are. And we're not going to there's no room whereby I say, okay, this trajectory. I think we pretty much plateau. We have, going up. We already plateaued. There's no going up. Instead of we have to be we are regressing. We can't go up, but all you can go is down. That's where we are right now. Things are really terrible. Okay, if you look at the discussion on the international level, what Nigeria has become, it has become. I'm sorry, it's my country. Okay, it has become a caricature of the international. In the international arena. This is where we are. So let's talk about the present discussion. Nnamdi Kanu. Uncle Ben, I think I had you make a comment that what Nnamdi Kanu did is not a terrorist, and a lot of people has echoed that. I mean, I'm going to differ from that. Then I'm going to give you a reason why, and I'm going to tell you why. What I think, the application of the law here is uneven. So that's my angle. That's my quarrel about this, regardless of what you call it. But in a broader context, if you really define terrorists according to the definition of terrorists, what Nnamdi Kanu actually committed is a terrorist. Okay, let's call it what it is.
Proof.
Yeah. If anybody want to challenge me on that, let's go.
No, go
Because
ahead and
what he
explain
did.
it. Explain it, sir.
Okay, I'm coming. He is leading a proscribed organization, which is AIOB, to issue a threat. They sit at home, directed, is part of counter-terrorism, that guy. Broadcasting a threat via his radio, online platform, and other media. It's an incitement. Intent matter. The government can prove the incitement as being an intimidation, cause, and promoting under the Terrorist Act. So if we really follow the Terrorist Act, even in USA as defined by the UN and everything, an incitement, instigation is considered a terrorist. It's considered, it's classified terrorist. So I'm using it in a broad, in a broad context. Yeah, it's a terrorist. People need to go and exactly do their research whether what he did is a terrorist. So that's not debatable. The fact is there, it's well documented. Yeah, he committed the act of terrorism. Even I thought he did not actually perform the act like this terrorist, taking the gun and aim, but even indirectly, he committed a terrorist. So it's classified on the same level. I mean, whether during the punishment, some of them is going to be more lenient on terrorism. But the angle I'm coming from, that the action yesterday, I'm going to call it how I see it. I mean, anybody can quibble with what I said, but this is strictly my own opinion. The action yesterday by the judge was a political, the trial was a political trial. And the action that was taken yesterday was political. Yes, because if you look at Nigerian way, the way they apply law in Nigeria, there's always a political factor to it. That makes the law in Nigeria very uneven. You apply different law for different people. You apply different law for different cases. We have we inherited our law price from the Commonwealth. The British. They have and that say that there has to be a president for you to do any kind of conviction. If you look at the terrorist act of Nigeria, there's no precedent, whereby whereby somebody with this kind of terrorism has been convicted to life sentence. I'm talking about the incitement. There's none, but there has been a few terrorist acts. I think about 4 of them or whatever that's been convicted to life sentence. There's no doubt about it. So I kind of feel like the application of law yesterday was very uneven. Okay, that's my only quarrel about that. They should have done it where where it would have been plausible. You have you have a president to justify the sentence. I have an issue with that. I don't know what you think. If you can reply, then we can proceed from there.
No, it's okay. I see you actually define terrorism on the basis of action and deeds. That's just what I grasp from this, that if we have to go by the general application, once you attempt to intimidate people or you use violence or anything in order to achieve political gains, then automatically you are a terrorist. I get it. I agree with you to some extent. But here is the thing. If I ask you now, my brother, within the context of Nigeria and how we behave and what is going on generally now, are you still going to tell me that what Nnamdi Kanu did amount to terrorism? if we have to put it in perspective based on how Nigerian laws are applied. And when I say how Nigerian laws are applied, because nobody can tell me that the law they practice in Nigeria is the same law they practice in advanced world. Lie, it's different. So if we have to go by that, as Nigerians, would you say Nnamdi Kanu offense is comparing to Boko Haram and all this other thing? Even add Gumi to the conversation. Would you say what Nnamdi Kanu did is still terrorism, sir?
Okay. When I came here, I give you the broad context, the definition of terrorist on the international angle. But when it comes to Nigeria, the interpretation is different because we don't have a uniform, a uniform law. The law is applied whatever suits them, and every one of them has a political connotation. That's why we have an even law. So the definition I gave you was from the international angle. But when it comes to Nigeria, you can't even make a specific, this is what is obtainable in Nigeria because we don't have a law, that he can use to justify anything whereby all law are evil. You just made a very good statement right now.
Thank you,
the
my
terrorists who are actually perpetuating the more atrocity in the north, a lot of them has received counseling, vocational training, reintegrated, into the society. And many of them, if didn't even go any kind of formal trial, they were forgiven, reduced sentence, So that's where I come, but they are all terrorists. So this is the angle I'm coming. That's why I call this more of a political.
Mr. Comparable Fact, thank you. You and Uncle Dayo just stay there because we are all hosting this together. I have more people in the studio right now, and also just look at the chat and see what people are saying. My lovely sister Marriott, she even don't help me out. We are all hosting together. Marriott always help me host from the chat. So Marriott is saying Topolo, Asari are not terrorists, but Kanu is. So, and thank you for at least agreeing with my point of view. I 100% agree with your definition. But in Nigeria, the law is different. The application of law in Nigeria is different. So that's just what I want people to understand. If we look at what is going on in Nigeria right now, you want to tell me Nnamdi Kanu is a terrorist? I laugh in Japanese. Sister Chinye, I know you did verse, but please have mercy on me this morning because I know one verse. I've been doing everything to calm myself down. I even tell myself, say, Ben, wait till they worry you. You know be Igbo. You can't even speak Igbo. Why are you mad about Nnamdi Kanu case?
But Uncle Ben, it's not about Igbo. You need to call it a spade a spade. You need to call it how you see it. So this is not about Igbo narrative. This is about Nigerian narrative. What is good and what is not good. So let's keep it in that context. That would be better.
All right, thank you, sir. So, Sister Chinye, over to you, my lovely sister. I see your Auntie Grace. You're welcome.
Good afternoon,
my sister. Good afternoon.
Can you all hear me good?
Yes, Mama, we can hear you.
Okay, so I'll make my submission real quick, so I could go back in. So, good afternoon, Mr. Comparable Facts.
Good afternoon. Nice to have a lady on the platform. It's nice to hear your voice.
You. So I called in because I'm not feeling what you're saying about saying that Nnamdi Kanu's acts does meet up the definition of terrorism. If I go by plain dictionary definition of terrorism, it says the unlawful use of violence. Let me repeat. The unlawful use of violence and intimidation, especially against civilians in the pursuit of political aim. Now, what is the whole cook of the matter with this gentleman? Now, for the longest time, we've been trying to go, he's been for peace, going the peaceful way, asking, hey, these are the ways that we are being marginalized. The people in the southeastern region, not just the Igbos, but the Biafrans as a whole, is a lot of different ethnic groups. Some people don't know that there are other ethnic groups that are Biafrans. They only think it's Igbos, even though Igbos are the main majority in when it comes to Biafra. But my thing is, there's so many things that have been going on, marginalizations, et cetera, borders being closed, not to allow us to be able to trade freely, do our own thing, we have to go to different parts of the country in order to bring in our goods, et cetera, et cetera. Now, this man has been speaking against this, asking for peaceful ways, saying, let's restructure. But of course, that's not what the government wants to do. The government wants you to stay there, be a slave, do whatever, and then just not be able to breathe. So this thing that they keep calling incitement is this gentleman saying we've been every time we come on the street protesting peacefully with no issues. I mean not no issues, peacefully. They always come against us. They always fight us. Like some people that have peacefully protested on on the streets have been shot and killed, and it has happened over and over. So this gentleman saying, "Look, we have to stay strong and fight for ourselves. If X, Y, and Z is to happen, defend yourself." How is that incitement? Like, I'm so sick of people not being honest about what's going on, how things have been. It really pisses me off. Yes, he might speak with anger and because it's just so frustrating how things have been going. I might not be 100% in agreement, but the main cocoa of the matter has been since you guys are not allowing us to do certain things freely, like every other human being should be able to function in the country. Let us do our own thing. How is that an issue? And all this while, they're still not done anything to unlawfully use violence against anyone, any civilian, or any intimidation against any civilian. So can we please stop? It's really annoying. It really, really is. Like, this government like to do things, excuse my language, ass backwards.
Yep.
That's if you see purple, you call it white. You know it's not purple. You know it's not white. But by the time they're done confusing you, you think it's now white. Or you go they begin to ask yourself, I bet this thing not purple or white. So look at what's happening. People that I will keep saying this, using unlawful violence on civilian, actually making them lose their lives on a daily basis. Those are the people that are forgiven. Those are the people that are let back into society. Those are people like, first of all, the army is so now infiltrated, like with, even if the army wants to carry out an act, because you have those people in the army, they want to defend their brothers. So if the army is trying to make a plan, the moles in the army will go and reveal it to the brothers, and they'll run away, and then nothing will happen. So the ones that are supposed to be arrested and tried and as a terrorist, they're the ones that are not. But the one that is telling his people, hey, let's not just continue to fold our arms for them to come and be buying us. If they're coming to buy us, just defend yourself. How is that? How is that incitement? Anyway, let me run back inside. I'll go in and connect back so I could hear what everyone is
Can I
saying.
come in? Maybe you can listen to me,
Okay,
my own
okay,
narrative.
come in
I'm
real
from the
quick.
southeast,
Oh,
so
okay, sorry. Good afternoon,
Mr.
to Grace.
Comparable.
Good afternoon, sweetie. How are
I'm
you?
doing good, man.
Sorry, sir. Let
Go
Good
ahead,
to
sir.
hear your voice.
go ahead, please.
Go ahead, I'm listening.
Go ahead, Sister Grace.
Oh, good evening. Good evening, Uncle Benu. Good evening, Mr. Comparable. Uncle Dayo. Good evening, everyone.
Good
thank
evening.
you.
I just didn't want to come in because I'm tired and sick of what is happening in Nigeria. I don't even want to come from the angle of tribe. Let's even put tribe aside. We all live with the Muslims, and here we've not eaten ourselves up. Whatever that is happening now in Nigeria, is it not enough for the Southern, for the people from the East to come together and fight these ills that is eating up this country? Is it now that the Yoruba will say, Oduduwa, the Igbos are not mine? Are they still associating with this outside the northerners? Even when you say you are Yoruba Muslim, do they actually regard you as a Muslim? Is this the time for them now to start addressing Nnamdi Kanu as a terrorist with whatever that is happening? And you take up these people, you want to say you want to give them rehabilitation, you pull them, you position them to start giving you information. Now our forces are corrupt because of the people they are planting in there. And a Yoruba man who called himself a judge, when I was listening to the Arise TV, when they were analyzing this thing, I think someone said, this is like a judgment has been passed.
Yep.
And then they're now using one figurehead to come and pronounce these ills. If I was a judge put in place to pronounce this, I will resign honorably. This is, even if there are certain things that this man has done, there are ways that you can even say what the incitement and this, you are giving him life, and then with what is happening in our society today, you open your mouth, you call him a terrorist. Okay, what happened to the people that are terrorizing our people? What happened to them? If you want to use him as an example to say you are a terrorist, why are you not bringing those actual terrorists to book for our country to have peace? I just cannot understand the meaning of this judgment at this time, that things has gone haywire in the country. From yesterday to today, I was talking with my people in Abuja. I say, do you people want to come out from that place? I'm not there. You know what is coming near you. If you have to come out, please. We cannot sleep even though we are not there. We cannot sleep with our eyes closed. It doesn't have to even be just Abuja. Every other places that they are going to now is not only the north. And then somebody have the guts, because you have sold your soul to pronounce this sentence at this time, that the country is in a, I don't even know the word to use. I'm just so sick and tired. My heart bleeds each time I hear what is happening in Nigeria. If there is a word to be used, terrorist, you attach it to Nnamdi Kanu, and people that are killing each day, you cannot bring them to book. It's a shame. I don't even know how somebody will sit down and say, yes, the act, whatever he did is terrorism. Yes, he may have done wrong. Everybody is telling people now, fight for yourself. Get yourself ready. If when they went into that church, they had their gun, then everybody will be shooting at each other. And then you say, somebody who say, defend yourself, you are the terrorist. You did not see him with an arm. Then people who are carrying the arm, they're coming on social media, they're boasting about it. You telling them that they can be the president of our nation, and people are listening to these shameful acts. It just, I really don't, I don't know where our country is. My heart bleeds. I don't know where we're going. We don't have a country anymore. Nigeria is no more. It's gone. If this is, Tinubu can still sit down and eat and sleep and wake up. They're not addressing it. For crying out loud, I don't know. I'm just, Uncle Beno, I'm tired and sick of it. Thank you for whatever you guys are doing. I just don't want to keep talking about it anymore.
Please, I want to respond to someone.
Can I respond to the two sis that just spoke?
Go ahead, sir.
See, Mr. Comparable Fact, the reason why I'm allowing them to speak is because they're actually at work. Sister Kinye is at work, so I know she will go back so that when you are addressing it, she can hear it, you know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me say something real quick to someone made a comment in the chat. And I'll read the comment. Is pandas in Overlord 9252, it says you're already doing your own thing in Nigeria. You sell drugs at will to Nigerian youth and partake in many criminal activities that causes unstable country. Like, excuse me, that's a very silly statement to me, because when it comes to crime, all different types of people around the country commit crime. Am I in support of that kind of activity? No. But you cannot just say, oh, you, like as if it's like the only people from the Southeast are involved in committing those kinds of crimes. Those things are coming from all different parts of the country by different people. So, excuse me, don't do that. That is very disrespectful, to be honest. When I'm talking about doing our own thing, you know exactly what I mean. Flourishing in the economy. No, everyone in the country knows how people from that region are very business minded. How, you know, even in terms of all the restrictions, they've still been doing their best to flourish in the country. So that is exactly what I'm talking about. Don't be a disrespectful person. Thank you. I'm disconnected. Let me go back inside.
Thank you, Sister.
You know what, Uncle Beno? Let me respond to that person that tweeted that in. That's a very insidious statement to make. Like, I don't know what to say from the start or whatever. Crime does not know a crime. Go and read what's going on in UK, the CFOs and every kind of crime in USA and everything. In order not to be making a tribe or something, I mean, if somebody has definitely say, mention any tribe, then I would have go tribe, because this was permitted in every Nigeria. I mean, it's very, it's very even that everybody commit crime. It doesn't know, But anyway, that's a very insidious statement. If I may say something, I think those two sisters have spoken well. I totally agree with them completely. I'm not here, I'm from the Southeast, so let's put that caveat here. I'm not here, I'm supporting what was adjudicated or whatever, because like I said, the application of law in Nigeria, has a political factor. And why am I saying this? Because if you look at the sentence yesterday, anybody can quibble with it or not. When that judge did not make that sentence without something coming from Aso Rock. It has to take an order from that place. Nigeria has no judicial system. You all know how it is. No, there's no judicial system. It has to make, whatever they make yesterday. I mean, some people have said it. There's a reason why. I mean, maybe that's true or whatever. The law was pronounced yesterday in order to, entrap the Southeasterners to what it used to be about 3 years ago. Because I don't know if anybody know it, that the fact is there. That the reason why, I'm not saying the people over there, the Southeast doesn't commit any crime, but at the epicenter, where you have all those unknown gunmen, that was perpetuated by our ex-president Buhari, because he put a sting operation in the Southeast, sponsoring all those gunmen and something, some political something. That's why the crime was there. Buhari was a silent genocider. We know what happened, how he bring all those foreign people or other people in the north, but he hate the Southeast. So when Tinubu came in, because I heard it from a very important person, in our I think a private agency or something like that spoke about the situation, and I begin to do my research. That was deliberately done by by Buhari. So when Tinubu came in, I'm not a fan of Tinubu, so let's put that there. He took out the funding away from that sting operation. That's why you see the crime in the Southeast have subsided, drastically. I mean, you still have a crime comparable, in the recent data that was published, violent, kidnapping and all that kind of stuff, is comparable to the what's happening in the south side. A little bit comparable, to what's happening in the southwest. Southwest is not safe. You can give it a number, say, okay, in the last 2 or 3 years, there has been about 400 or 500 dead in the southwest through the violent or that kind of stuff. Then in the south, you can give it about 600. It can give you like about in the southwest, you can give you like about 400. In the south side, you can give like about 500 and something. In the southeast, it has been about 600. So they are relatively compared. I'm not talking about before. I'm talking about 2 years ago. What actually is happening in Nigeria? It has pretty much come up. So I'm looking at this judgment. It may be an entrapment, to the Southeast, so they can, reintroduce the violence that was actually going on. But I hope my brothers and sisters in the South, they better not take the bet. Just calm down. let's handle this judiciary. If we have to go and elect people who can actually rule us, with good faith, not people like Opus or Demo Soludo or whatever, we have to really think about, about our future in that country. I've always been a proponent of one Nigeria, but in recent years, I begin to have a doubt. That's where I stand as right now. And for the second thing, the definition, why I came here and I said, in reference to my understanding of the definition, but we know when in Nigerian case, the law does not apply evenly. So the definition I gave here, you don't necessarily have to act, on it for you to be, for you to be prescribed. This is by international standard. So that's the definition I'm coming about, because
All right.
Nigeria has no standard. So I'm not going to go by Nigerian standard. In order for you, like the Nnamdi Kanu, what was his accused for leading a proscribed organization? They say he issued order for the seat at home. He made a radio broadcasting, for resisting, for resistance. So most of those things he did was kind of incitement. That's the angle I'm looking at it. Because somebody asked me, would I consider what he did as a terrorist? Yes, in that definition, you don't necessarily have to act on it in a broader context for it to be defined as terrorist. So that's the angle I'm coming. But is the law apply evenly? No. Because if you look at what's happening in the north, the people that actually carry the act, they are being forgiven, they are being pardoned, they are being rehabilitated into the country. Even if he can equally say Gumi or the utterances that he has been making recently, it's an incitement. So, you can put it in that category. So that's the angle I'm coming from. Yeah, what he did in that country is a terrorist, but Nigeria has no definition. They don't have anything because Nigerian judiciary just bastardized. Okay, that's my point of view.
Mr. Comparable Fact, I get what you're saying 100%. Absolutely. But this is what I would say is more or less like a suggestion for everybody generally, because we're going to be rounding up shortly. Please, in the light of the current situation in Nigeria, nobody should call Nnamdi Kanu terrorist, whether definition or no definition in Nigeria. I'm a Yoruba guy and I'm saying this now.
That's my point of view. Yeah.
Nobody should even fry.
So what? Hold on, Uncle Bello. What parameter are you using to make that analysis?
Thank you. The parameter I'm using is compare whatever the criminal Nnamdi Kanu did to what is happening in the north. That's my point.
Okay, that's the point. We can compare that. But
see, Mr. Comparable Fact, no verse. That's why I allow you to explain and learn very well. This is God help me. This is tribalism at its peak. This is I don't want to offend people. This is the Hausa political elite and the Yoruba political elite plus the Igbo political elite using Nnamdi Kanu as sacrificial lamb. That's how I can describe it. If you look at what I pull up on the screen right now, they've transferred him to Sokoto. Is Sokoto?
That's exactly pretty much what we are talking about. Why Sokoto? Exactly.
Somebody explain that to me. Are you getting what I'm saying now?
Yeah.
Nnamdi, let not even you say that. Oh, sorry, I don't want verse, but this thing. You see that terrorism narrative they put out there. It's just a way of creating chaos in Nigeria. And I'm so sorry to say this. I was beginning to like President Tinubu small, not be much, small, based on report on economic growth internationally, not what's happening on ground in Nigeria. I was beginning to say, okay, maybe he's trying to move. But you see, his silence in all that has happened in the past 2 months, or let even say since Donald Trump said they are coming to Nigeria, his silence tells a different story. This Kanu case, well, I may be wrong, is beginning to look like Kanu was traded for something. I'm sorry. Boko Haram killing is intensifying every freaking damn day. What is wrong with us as Nigerians? Don't we have a human feeling anymore? People are crying every freaking day. And that is the moment they think, oh, fantastic. Let's judge the Kanu case, sentence him, transfer him to Sokoto. Who are they trying to compensate? Who is pulling the plug? I don't know. It's beginning to look like even the president himself, I think someone hijacked him. I'm sorry. That's how it looks. I don't get it. So, Mr. Comparable Fact.
Uncle Beno.
Yes, sir.
You are shipping something there, sir.
Go
Exactly
ahead,
what you are saying is what I'm thinking. Exactly what you are saying is what I'm thinking. But what I think is this. Allegedly, I think this is a game plan. People pulling the strings, we don't know them. But I can tell you without missing word that they are the northern oligarchs, the northern power, the northern cabal. Are you getting me? Whatever they've got upon our president, I don't know, allegedly. However, what their game plan is simple. They have some form of control upon them. Now, do you know what really pissed me off, sir? During the court proceeding, the only thing that they use to enforce this terrorism charge on Nnamdi Kanu was the ESN. They said they created a militant arm of their movement, IPOP, which is the ESN. And they said ESN has committed a lot of crimes in buying people in the East, in imposing Monday stay-at-home order, and anybody that goes against it, it's like they are working a government in a government. All that one is still fall under treason. It does not fall under terrorism. But that was their strongest point that they used against him to make him a terrorist. But what really now showed their intention now is that they convicted him and they moved him to Sokoto, or four places in the country. Why can't they retain him in Abuja there? Why can't they retain him in the West? Why must they move him to Sokoto? That's number one. Number two, when this matter happened, I was saying it in the comments. I said, even though they put an outside judge, or they put an Igbo judge, or they put a Yoruba judge, the verdict will still be the same. The only problem is that if they put an Igbo judge, if he should give this same verdict, they will go and attack his family and his hometown in the East. That's why they use a Yoruba judge. Whatever it is not a battle between Yoruba and Igbo. It's not a battle between the Hausa and Igbo, but it's a battle between some powerful men in the country that has its core to settle with the Igbo people. That's why they want to use Nnamdi Kanu as a scapegoat. It goes beyond that. The judiciary already, we know, allegedly, is in the hand of the government. If we have independent judiciary in this country, then we can say, okay, this is the last hope of man. Then we can see some reasons in their judgment. But we don't. We know it already. Wike bought houses for all the judges. If you remember, he pocketed at the last NBA national conference that normally do every year. Guess what they sang there?
On your mandate.
Mandate we shall stand. On your mandate we shall stand at the judges national convention. National conference that they do every year. What does that tell you? We're supposed to have independent judiciary, independent legislation, and the so-called executive. They're supposed to be independent. But in this case now, all we are saying is just compromise. So I'm not surprised about the judgment at all. Unfortunately, it came from a Yoruba judge, but it would have come from anybody. Just that the consequences will have been dry. What really gave them out is them transferring him after judgment to Sokoto. For what reason? Come on. So sad, so sad, so sad. It's so sad.
Okay, thank you very much, Okuda. Mr. Comparable Fact, I know you you wanted to like come in so bad. Let me give you the floor before I can drop what I'm thinking. Go ahead, sir.
Okay, thank you
What's
very
your
much. The
take
last
about
speaker,
this transfer to Sokoto and the like?
yeah,
Go
the
ahead.
last speaker and the lady, they have spoken well, and I completely agree with them. I agree with them 100%. Okay, I mean, even what just transpired today, they transferred him to Sokoto. For what reason? That get to exactly confirm my belief that the whole judgment, Nigeria has no judiciary. The ruling before the judge. You have been following Nigeria, for a long time. Like I said, the country we have is in deep, problem. Okay, because Nigeria is defined. Almost about 64 years, we are defined by ethnicity, tribalism, and with religiosity. This is our problem. We've been in existence, so-called free from the masters, almost about 64 years. We have not been able to find our identity, but we are defined by different things. This is why we are not going anywhere. But the point I'm trying to make, this latest news we just received recently, like you said, and I Google it, he has been transferred, to Sokoto. That exactly, support my narrative that the whole idea is an entrapment to the Southeast, into a more violent than they used to be before. That is the idea. You can't tell me because I was talking to some people. I say we need to calm down. We need to calm down. Hopefully we can appeal this and something like that. But sending this guy to the heart of terrorism to the Sokoto. Why Sokoto? Why not in the southwest? Why not, why not living in Abuja? It's supposed to be in Abuja. Because this is a state thing. This is the federal government state. Why are you sending him to a particular state? You see? So they are trying to cause trouble. They don't want the citizens, to riot or perpetuate what was going on in 4 years ago, something like that. And I'm scared, okay? I'm scared. I mean, I'm going to go to home this Christmas, but I'm kind of concerned
Please,
about what this
don't go.
judgment, is going to lead. But I'm praying. I hope people can calm down, and we have to find a way, you know, going forward. I'm speaking particular to the Southeastern, not Nigeria. Nigeria is close to being finished. I'm calling it what it is. Like I said, I was a proponent of Nigeria, but in recent time, my outlook about Nigeria has drastically reduced. That we seem like we don't have a country. Are we a fair state already? We are close to being there. Okay, we're in the middle. We already passed the middle, because nothing is going on. Tinubu is not going to do anything. He may not be a religious radical or whatever, but he's not going to do anything. It's all about power. He's covering to the northern elite, the terrorists. He's not going to do anything. Forget about, Trump doing and everything, the Congress people talking about it yesterday. Tinubu is not going to do anything. He's aware of what's going on here. The buck stopped with Tinubu. He's the president. This sentence, I will say, in my own point of view, he sanctioned it. Let's call it what it is. There's no judiciary in Nigeria. That man can't make that, yeah, it's not even about the judge. Okay, so anybody come in here and say, yeah, the judge, he tried to be very partial or whatever. No, it's not about the judge. The judge has no say in this. The decision came from the hierarchy, the cabal, the Asherok. So that's the way I see it. We are living in a very dangerous time. I don't know what this Christmas is going to be. All those
Okay.
people, planning to go to Nigeria, for what they call it, what they normally have during the Christmas.
30 December.
Yeah. They better be careful because
All
Nigeria
right.
is very volatile right now. Okay, they're in a volatile situation. I don't see where we want to go right now, but that's just my opinion.
All right.
So I just want to say, if our president is enslaved to the northern politicians, so where are we heading? If our president doesn't have a say in the country, why is he there? What's he doing?
Because it's all about political capital. The man said Emiloko. He wants to rule for 4 more, he wants to rule for 8
So
years
what
because
is he ruling now? What is he
Emiloko,
ruling?
it's my turn. I have to be in power because that's his lifetime ambition. That's the way it is. That's where we are. We never have rulers in that country. And it's getting worse every day. Like I said, we are plateau. In terms of any good thing coming to that country, any good governance. We are pretty much close to being done. I'm sorry to be that pessimistic, okay? I didn't used to be pessimistic about Nigeria future, but at this particular time, I'm very pessimistic. I'm sorry. This is where we are, and nothing we can do. You go home and protest, they kill you. I'm not saying America is the best. But at least it's more insane, than Nigeria. Not even close. At least a law. You hold people accountable. There's no law in Nigeria.
Mr. Comparable, I think Uncle Daya wanted to chip in something. Uncle Daya.
Yeah, go ahead, sir.
See, Auntie Grace, I want to respond to you quickly. Between me and you, ma, there is something that I want us to really understand here. Even from the onset, let us go back a little bit. Before Tinubu could become the president of this country, he must strike a bargain with them in the north. Allegedly, I want to believe that maybe these are some of the conditions that they gave him before they back him up. Maybe. So after coming to power now, he could not go against it. They are seriously holding something on him that he could not be able to do anything. How do I know? Look at everything that has been happening from the north. What decision has he taken? Nothing. Anything happening in the south, he reflects his muscles. I will give you a few examples. Deborah was killed in Sokoto. What happened? Nothing. I am talking about the northern oligarchy now, what they can do and what they could not do. All the pain that has been going on in the north, in Bauchi, in Benue, in Plateau, in Jos, what has our president done? Nothing. It's not because he could not do anything. Something is playing somewhere, allegedly. That's number one. Number two, if you remember, one of the strong women from the north came on social media, came on live program, explaining how he met with Tinubu when Tinubu was trying to lure her to join his party. Allegedly, this is what the woman said. Yes, sir.
No, go ahead. We miss you.
Can you hear me?
Go ahead.
Yeah. We miss you briefly. Now, and she asked Tinubu that, what are you doing for us in the north? How do you want to tackle the issue of insecurity? And allegedly, she said President Tinubu told her clearly while they are meeting in London that if he tried to step into that they will buy him. I didn't believe that statement as at then when the woman said it. But obviously now it's not beginning to look like a fact. Because maybe that's why he has not been able to do anything about insecurity.
Thank you, Dayo. I saw the same video. You're right.
Okay.
So when we are talking about the president not doing something, we need to understand something that his hands may be tied, but I would rather prefer, once you have accepted that so-called responsibility as a president, you should be ready to lay down your life for your country. It's not something that you just say with your mouth, and because your oath says that you are going to defend the citizen of this country. You have not defended anybody up till now, and even to make it worse, the arms of government that you could have used, our military. Nigerian militaries are not novice. We rank among the very best in the world. But look at what's happening. Our militaries are being quiet as if they know nothing. Some people were even saying that maybe we don't have equipment. We do have the equipment, but there was a video some time ago where the military boys were crying that they never give them order to go after these people. Many times when they were about pursuing and destroying them, they will tell them to stand down. Who is giving those orders? Allegedly, who is giving those orders? These are the issues. Our president's hands may be tied. You could not do anything, allegedly. So what are we talking about here?
Okay.
Thank you.
Sorry, Uncle Ben. I just want to say something. His hands are not tied. He sold his soul. If you call yourself a leader, a president of a nation, and you sell your soul to people who are killing your people, and you cannot defend them, you are not worthy to be there. Look at what he said about Wiki. Oh, he's a performing minister. I dub my heart for him. because he sold his soul to everybody he think they are supporting him. Anybody who knows that man, he said that he changed because he's not going to live there forever. This is not the Tinubu that was the governor in Lagos State. Something is not right. A man who cannot rule his own house is worse than an infidel. The man has sold his soul, is not worthy to be the president of a country.
Auntie Grace, you've landed?
I'll just leave it at that for now.
Yeah.
Anybody who has anything to defend that man that his hands are tight, his hands are not tight. There is an extent to which something will go. Even in my own house, I'll say, no, no, we can't do it anymore.
Thank you. As I'm rounding up now, I think we've done 2 hours already. I usually want political roundtable to be 2 hours, but we are 2 hours now. As we are rounding up, I want to sound some note of warning, and my panelists will also chime in. Please, my people, I'm a Christian and I know the God that I serve. And one of the talent God has given me is sometimes I can sense trouble from far away. Shit, it's so hard to speak on social media on some things, but I will just break it down somehow. Maybe you guys can make sense of it. Everything that is ongoing right now is about 2027. Every goddamn thing that is ongoing is about 2027. And with this Nnamdi Kanu case, and the fact that Nnamdi Kanu has been transferred to Sokoto, I'm beginning to see a different pattern. And at this point, I want to appeal to my Igbo brothers and sisters. I wouldn't say you are the target, but think about it. What's going on right now? Think deeply. I'll give an example. When President Donald Trump became American president, he introduced so many policies and he tried to achieve his campaign promises. One of his campaign promises was that he's going to deport undocumented immigrants. He said the Democrats, they are wasteful, that they are going to drain the swamp. They will cut budget. He said everything the conservative, that is the Republican, he said everything they want to hear. They went to the poll. They voted for President Trump massively. He came in. As soon as President Trump began to implement his policies, the vast majority of the supporters, they were affected. You remember when we were doing Dodge, people were losing their job. They are cutting benefit, cutting almost everything. Then people started protesting. Only this year alone, I don't think my uncle has made it to 3 years already. He never even complete 1 year. But we have seen millions of people protesting. White people, Mexican, color, everything. Do you know the people that really don't protest? The Black Americans. So when the tide turned and it's beginning to look like, oh, the Republicans started calling out my uncle administration, and it's what we are still dealing with now. They started looking for distraction. I just need you guys to interpret what I'm saying. I know it'll take on my mouth talking. So the administration needed a distraction. so fast, something that's going to be loud, something that they will use to win their supporters back again to them, something that can distract them from losing their job, their savings, their 401ks, and all the chaos. So they started picking on black folks. They started doing things that will make black people angry. You know what that means here in America? When black folks here in America said, hell no, we ain't taking this, they're not taking it too. Black protest is different from all these other racist protests. So, you know, these guys, they go protest, they go destroy something, they go fix them back. But blacks is going down. But guess what the black Americans did? In all of that effort to aggravate them, I don't know, God is working miracle. The black Americans were like, you know what? We ain't doing shit. This is not our fight. All the things, some of the monumental things that the black Americans have, abandonment that they pull out, remove them, they do all kind of things. The black Americans, they did not shake. And that is how the presidency is somehow suffering now. Now one leg, they take stand right now. The last election proves it. How is this related to Nigeria? I use this analogy to speak to my Igbo brothers and sisters right now. Please, please. The terrorism situation in the north has gotten out of hand. It has gotten out of hand. If they can somehow get the Igbos to lose their cool because of Nnamdi Kanu, yes, the government will be active. The tide will change. That's all I will say. I believe anybody will get wisdom, go understand. This is, it's not making sense. Uncle Patrick, I see you, sir. Quickly drop your takes before I round the panel. Welcome, sir. Hello, Uncle Patrick. Hello, can you guys hear me? I can't hear Uncle Patrick. Oh.
Yeah, I can hear you, Uncle Benno.
I can hear you, but I can't hear Uncle Patrick.
Yeah, maybe you receive a call. Okay, Uncle Patrick, you can go out and come back. Let me send the link to you directly so that you can easily come back. And it's like, because once you receive call like that, the StreamYard may throw you out and you will be in the show, but you can't hear anything. So, Uncle Patrick, I've sent the link to you, sir. Just go out and come back. All right, Mr. Comparable Fact, do you understand my analogy?
Yeah. Your analogy makes sense to me. So, like you said, you're about rounding up. I think Uncle Patrick will come in, then he speak. But let me give my own submission, final submission. I think the latest development has pretty much confirmed what I've said. I've said this earlier, but I'm just going to repeat it, and I give my reason. I think the whole case, like I said, it was a political, trial and a political action. The whole idea is an entrapment to the Southeast, into a violent. We saw what happened during the Buhari time, which is a genocide, that perpetrated in that area. So they did this. They sending him to Sokoto. There's many interpretations, and this is my own interpretation. They want him distant from home. Why is that? To limit family and lawyers' access as a perceived punishment. That's where I see it. And I'm look at it from cultural and geographical difference. This seems symbolic, like a hostile, territory. The way they place him in there, the placement is more of hostile. I mean, they may come and say they are doing it for security rationale because they, to prevent arrest and to protect him. But that's garbage. I don't buy that narrative, because staying in Abuja, he has been safe. He's going to be safe. There's nothing like unrest because they put him in Abuja. And there's a political perception to this, because in my own view, I've spoken to some of my friends, while he was talking on the phone, they view this as a punishment and entrapment, which I stated earlier.
Okay.
That is the reason why they are doing, particularly this latest one, sending him to Kaduna. So this raises a question under human right, principle. Prison with proximity. with family access is supposed to be allowed. But in this case, it become a different thing. Like I said, everything about Nigeria is more politics. Tinubu is not going to do a jack. You know, we're in trouble. But anyway, thank you very much. The ladies, you know, I always like to hear ladies when I'm on a platform because it seems like they don't come on the platform very much. It gladdens my heart whenever they speak. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Mr. Combero Fat. God bless you, sir. Thank you. I'll see you tomorrow. Uncle Patrick, you are back.
Yeah, Uncle Ben.
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much for having me. Mr. Comparable Facts, Auntie Grace, Uncle Dayo. I'm surprised that she jumped into the studio. That's very big. Uncle
Good
Ben.
evening, Uncle Patrick.
Pleasure,
Welcome.
my sister. Nigeria is digging itself into another big hole. I'm not going to talk much. Uncle Ben, maybe you can, if you have the tape, you know it was Meyati Allah that orchestrated the extradition of Nnamdi Kanu. They've been calling for him to be brought back home by all means during inquiry. This is not allegedly. The video is there. So if in Nigeria they can buy a brigadier general and we can see the video, and they can rehabilitate and bring people that have blood in their hand into the army, giving them money. Uncle Ben, there are a lot. What I even want now, let them bring the list. Let's see how many terrorists we have in Nigeria.
We will never get that list, sir.
Yes.
Let's just forget about that one.
That's where the
Uncle
problem
Patrick, that's
Uncle
not
Ben.
going to happen.
Uncle Ben.
Yes, sir. Yes,
I'm
sir.
just giving you 2 weeks more. I'm not going to say much. We'll see what will happen to Nigeria. Say they don't want US to come, we'll see what will happen to Nigeria. I'm not going to say much. Tinubu has sold himself with everything he wants to become the president. Emilio Khan, he has been there now. See the problem. They are the one with Buhari that brought in these people. We're in a big mess right now. Yes, these people are already infiltrated Southwest, so forget it. I sent you a video of what is happening in Sagamo. They are everywhere now.
They are everywhere.
They are everywhere now.
Out of respect, I don't want to say anything to Tinubu. It's so annoying, but go ahead, sir.
So what he need to clean the sheets. He need to clean it up. This one is saying he's depressed. Who cares? You are depressed. You don't know what you are doing. You say, Milokon. You liars with these people. They brought in these people. All of them, they were getting money. They are using them to siphon all our resources. And we see this. Everybody sees now. Yes. Everywhere. Look at the Zamfara governor. Very fine, educated man. The way the guy talks, you won't even know that this guy is an outside guy. He speaks very well. Very. If a commissioner of police is telling you the banditry is now an industry, chairman of local government into banditry, Awusa man is saying that the commissioner of police, Uncle Ben, those people, I don't know. And they now label Nnamdi Kanu as a terrorist. What are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Look at what Sunday Igboho, look at what they did to that guy, Sunday Igboho. And that guy is saying he's ready to come back. If only they remove wanted this thing from his head. He cannot come to Nigerian airport. If you look at what is going on, but Sunday Igboho can come in through the Benin airport. If they're not allowed to come in, what would you allow the able to see? They will say they free Sunday Igboho, but they can't. No. Let's face fact. These people don't know what they are doing. I'm not going to say anything. There's no doubt. We all know that our judiciary is compromised already. It's compromised. That country is in a mess. It's in a big mess.
Uncle
and these
Patrick.
people that find people, in afternoon, they are not even covering their face anymore. Look, did you hear the news of what happened in Abuja? That these people went there and they even fired one police officer. Uncle Ben, I'm going to have something to do. I'm just going to stop. I don't.
Thank you.
God, today I'm relaxed.
Thank you, Uncle Patrick.
Thank you, sir.
Oh my God. Me and Uncle Dio, we will wrap up. Sister Grace, what would be your advice to Nigerians right now? I know we have the terrorism situation ongoing, but this Nnamdi Kanu sentencing and moving to Sokoto, honestly, it changed the entire narrative for me. It kind of gave me, this is just my personal opinion, it kind of give me a clue to maybe the bigger game they got coming. I think, shit.
Yeah.
These people, I think they want to, it feels like somebody is controlling the president. Because I don't think President Tinubu will be a man who would want to support the creation of discord between Igbo and Yoruba. I'm coming to you, Ma. I just wanted to express my mind briefly, Ma. Igbos have been saying something for way too long now. Igbo will say Yorubas don't like us. Yorubas are traitors. Yorubas are betrayers. Not all Igbo people, generally, but some who are really, really deep into this Biafra agitation, they have that resentment. They have it. And I've always said on this platform, I have a lot of Igbo friends. We roll together. But still, when I roll with or have conversation with some Igbo people, within few interactions, I can tell where the person stands. So when I see those who are really core Biafrans, I know how to move. When I see those that, you know what, I just want what is fair and just, I know where they stand. But this Nnamdi Kanu move is making me to kind of want to agree with what some of those who are agitating for Biafra deeply are talking about. And I think between the Yorubas and the Igbos, we've been able to mend our relationship over the years. That we have come to a place whereby we know that individually, we don't have anything against each other. We roll together. We do almost everything together. When it comes to politics, that is where we get wahala. And with what they are doing with this Nnamdi Kanu now, wahala imakpo, there's going to be a lot of trouble. I think the North, for whatever reason, it feels like maybe they still want to get back at the Igbos. I don't know what it is. But something is not just right. So, Sister Grace, what can you say? Let's just look for how we can navigate this siege where they come so that we can still be together after this wahala. What can you say, Sister Grace?
I just don't think Nigeria is going to be together. My own thing is, if the Southerners and the people from the East decide to work together, I think that would have been a better option. But the politicians in Nigeria, the Southerners, are selling themselves to the Northerners, who does not even like them. They don't know where they belong. This is where the problem is. And you also see some people from the East that don't even know where they are. They are also dancing to these stupid people as well. This is where the problem is. We've had it here talking about, oh, no demonstration, let it be peaceful, let it be peaceful. Is there peace in that nation now?
And this is worst.
And now, I don't even know why the Easterners are so quiet about it. I haven't seen any reaction.
That's a good move, man. If you ask me.
This good mood has not actually yielded any dividend. It has continued. It has not yielded nothing. That is why these people, they keep growing and growing, and their wings are expanding and expanding and expanding, and they've eaten so deep that they can no longer be penetrated.
Auntie Grace, no verse, man. I just wanted to like say this for the sake of peace. I'm not trying to put anybody down. You see, as it is right now in Nigeria, if somehow they create chaos, guess who will lose the most? Now Igbo people go lose the most.
I know.
I'm sorry.
Because as it is right now, they have all the ammunition to fight. So it will be bloody. I just don't know what is going to happen. Supposing we actually have some people who said, "Oh, I can't do it again." People who have like self-esteem to say, I can't pass the judgment. I can't do this to another man.
Yeah.
Even if you decide that, yeah, whatever he did, the incitement he did is an act of terrorism, but there are people who are really terrorists. What have we done to them before we pronounce him terrorist? If somebody at the top there has asked a questions, this won't be happening.
Thank you, man. Sister Yinku, Sister Yinka said that the Easterners are quiet is scary. I have a feeling something deadly may be brewing. I don't want to say this anyway, but you remember one time when we had a political roundtable, I think it was Uncle Dayo and I here, and one day I was really ranting about my Yoruba people with all these Tinubu, don't worry, 4x4, because, and I'm like, when they pay me the most, be say, of all the tribes in Nigeria, it be like saying only Yoruba na no prepare. It be like Biafra has always been there. You don't say where Biafra won't go. I don't know why people say, I don't know who remember that show here. I said it like, I don't know why people they don't ready, they won't go to. Biafra said they won't go. We Yorubas, some of us are like, we want to do it, but at least we are still having fun. So, Sister Marion, Sister Yinka, I just say that to back what you said. The quietness of the Igbos. Make I no talk. If
our country is scary, my brother, I really don't know what to say anymore.
Auntie Grace, if my Igbo people where I know, if they are still me, I know. Hey, wow. Hey, Mr. Emeka King. Sorry, Auntie Mo, we just hear from this man briefly, my Auntie Grace. But Mr. Emeka, can you hear me? I can see you.
Yeah, I can hear you. I think this is my first time being here.
You're welcome. Where are you calling from?
In Canada.
Canada.
Yeah, I'm enjoying some of the discussions and the back and forth between both you and the other person on the panel.
Okay. What are your thoughts, sir?
I know you guys you spoke. What I would say is I don't think is the entire Southeast actually in support of Nnamdi Kanu, and the reason being that some people are actually victim of his approach with his separationist movement. The sit at home call that started in August 2021 apparently made some people lose their business. Also, some people were killed, some people's properties were destroyed, some students didn't write WAEC. You see, freedom fighting is good, but when it's now becoming a pain in the ass for those who are the intended beneficiaries, then that freedom fighting objective is losing its course. I used to listen to Nnamdi Kanu long before, like in 2011. But when he started making some utterances that were atrocious, I was like, no, this is not for me. You see, if Nigeria was a good country, I think all respective parties would want to be together and contribute collectively. And I will always want to say our strength is in our diversity, because different spices make the soup sweeter. So we have areas that we have each ethnic group or each geopolitical region have areas of competence, areas where they are really strong, and when they bring it to the table, it all makes everything much better. It pushes the country forward. But because we don't have a country that is aimed at giving a fair advantage, in my own view, then now you are now topping it up with corruption, topping it up with public theft of properties, topping it up again with insecurities, loss of life, disregard for the human life in Nigeria. It just makes everything so chaotic, and the next thing you're going to see is like, what the hell are we still doing here? Some people would look at the Southeast as a homogeneous tribe. We are not homogeneous. And likewise, the Southwest. I would say so collectively, because I grew up in Lagos. I was born and bred in Lagos. I'm from the Southeast. I know Lagos well, and also I've been privileged enough to travel to almost 26 states in Nigeria. So I tend to see different, diverse people. So we are not homogeneous. The Yoruba people are not so that they are not homogeneous too. Yes. But if we are now looking at we want to go our separate ways, blah blah blah, I'm also afraid that a Biafran state would not address our concerns, because we currently have 5 governors, 15 senators, and how many House of Representatives? I think if you do 6, probably an estimate of 36 or 48 House of Representatives. Those are our leaders. They are the elites within our group. They are the political class. They are the ones representing us. Can I join? Someone is calling me. Can I come in later back? Sorry, I beg your pardon.
You got to hurry up.
Yes, yeah, sure.
All right. What Emeka is saying, I quite understand it. And I think if you watch our show 2 days ago, I think Okudayo and I don't know if we cover it, but I do say it here that, look, the reason I don't support all this let us separate is that we still have the same set of politicians. And if the politicians we have right now, if they can collect government allocation, everything, they are not doing anything. Do you think it's when we go our separate way that they will do something? It will even be worse. I can see, what do you call this? Civil war happening from each region, because these folks, they are greedy. So I got what Emeka is saying, that when it comes to this Nnamdi Kanu situation, there are some steps he took that actually cause harms and pains to their people, which I've heard that argument several times. But what I usually tell people when they bring that argument that, oh, Nnamdi Kanu, he do this, he do that, I usually tell them that, look, what many Igbo politicians are enjoying today is as a result of Nnamdi Kanu agitation. Yes. Because Nnamdi Kanu voice was so loud in some areas where they would have at least pushed the Igbo people aside, They will simply say, you know, this Kanu go begin shout now. The noise where this guy they make, and let's just give something. Maybe let them come. So I don't know. I'm not an Igbo person. You can tell me if I'm wrong. Auntie Grace, I don't know if you get what I'm saying, but I know that Kanu approach may be harsh or something. Is still making a whole lot of impact. So it's just like Kanu fought all this battle, and all these politicians are now the ones that are enjoying it. And yet, they can't even be decent enough to say, you know what? If Hausa can be using Kanu as a bargaining chip, why can't we also use his release? Make I not go there. I think the Igbo people, they will figure it out, sure. Because make I not go there. Auntie Grace, you want to say anything?
Yeah, that I was saying it. I'm even surprised that the Igbos are not saying anything about it. Like Mr. Mecca is coming in now to address it from this angle. He came in with good intention. Obviously, along the line, people died. Or people sorry.
Yeah.
There are some demonstrations, some outcry that has happened along the line. People buy. He did not do it intentionally for people to buy. If the Easterner can see it from that angle, because I was like, I can't even imagine that they are not even doing anything. Even the politicians even had a hand in whatever that is happening to Nnamdi Kanu, the politician from the East. So from what he's saying, you can see that a lot of people are still pained that what he did, something happened to people actually. Which of course, if there's going to be a change, we've said it in this platform. If there's going to be a change, people must actually go for it. We are not praying for that. I don't think he came in with intention, oh, okay, people are going to buy, and it happened.
Yeah.
Isn't that enough for people to say, this is my own, let's stand by him, let's fight for him because he meant good, but something went wrong?
Absolutely. And Mr. Emeka, Auntie Grace, Mr. Emeka touched up on something I've always wanted to speak about it, but
yeah, I heard him talk about it because of this same corrupt politicians. I know you've talked about it time and time that if they break up, the same set of people, and it's going to be even worse. But maybe at some point, the one that are not corrupt might still have an opportunity. I'm not saying they should break up, but my own take is if the South and the East can even come together and speak in one voice, I don't see why anybody should sell themselves to the Northerners who are not even regarding any of us as a human. This is my own take.
Exactly, man.
Because they don't see us as human. But because of our own selfish interest, everybody is fighting for their own belly. My own, my own, my own, my own. That even the person, whether we vote him, we don't vote him, you are there representing us, you cannot challenge anything. It's not what you being there.
Exactly, man. Well, I thought Mr. Emeka would have been back by now. Anyway, a political roundtable is almost every day, so he can come back in at any time. I want to show something to our viewers right now. I want you to understand where I'm going with this. So thank God Uncle Dayo is back. Okay, this is Nigeria map. Map by region. So for those who really don't know what's up in Nigeria, I hope you will understand this map. This is Nigeria map by region. Because sometimes if you are following all these Boko Haram activities and everything that is happening politically in Nigeria, you will hear them speak a lot about northwest, northeast, north central, southeast, southwest, south. So I wanted to show you this map to explain my final take on this our Biafra conversation. Now, there is so much confusion when it comes to this agitation for Biafra. And that confusion, for those of us who are looking in from outside, this is what we see. I'm sorry, my people. You see that southeast, that yellow region, bordered by the blue region, that is the southeast, and that represents the, is it 5 states now? Yeah, they have 5 states. I think Nedunwoko is the one agitating for one more state, Anioma or Aniocha state or something, to make it 6. So this is what we see, the 5 states of the Igbo people. And to the south, you have all these other south states, rivers, Cross River, Akwa Ibom, Ondo, Edo, Delta State, and all of that. And for those who may not know, they usually describe the Igbo states as landlocked. Landlocked. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it well, but what landlocked means is that they are bordered by other states and they are just like in the middle. Am I right, Uncle Dayo, please?
You are perfectly correct, sir. Perfectly correct.
Okay. So one time I had a conversation with one of my guy who is an Igbo guy, and I'm like, do you want Biafra with just 5 states bordered by all these other states? Because here is the problem. The Igbos has been under attack for a very long time. I'm sorry to other tribes that might be hearing. Don't say, oh, he's saying that because his wife is Igbo. It's not like that. Everybody knows the history. You see, that small state, that small region you are seeing, that southeast, that yellow space, it used to be way bigger than that. Way bigger than that. They partition the east. It's like, you know how the detective people land? When you encroach on people's land, they use this Nigerian map to kind of shrink the Igbo landmass to what it is right now. So there are Igbos, a lot of Igbo people occupying many of those blue regions you are seeing surrounding the southeast. That is why, for instance, Wike, is Wike an Igbo man or not? Wike is an Igbo man, but we tell you he's not an Igbo. We say he'll be a Kwere or something because he's from Port Harcourt, River State. Nedunwoko is an Igbo man. But guess you what? Nedunwoko, just like many other Niger Delta people, Delta Igbo people, they found themselves in Delta State because of this demarcation that was ongoing. So for the Gen Z, the younger ones that don't know what's going on, I'm just trying to explain it to you. So if you look at it politically, they have already shrunk the Igbo somehow with this map. And the problem is that many of those Igbos who found themselves at those blue regions, they are not, many of them don't even want to go with Biafra. I know some people will not like this argument now, that will come from me, but I will say it. A lot of them don't want to go with Biafra, and they are speaking Igbo. Why am I bringing this? I just wanted to back up what Mr. Emeka said, even though the call came in and he left. There are too many fractionization going on with the Igbo people themselves. And anytime we talk, when those of us looking from outside, if we say, guy, it looks like there is no this concrete unity among you in order to go for what you wanted. Sometimes, depending on who are the people around when you are making this argument, if you have the elite one, you will have fantastic conversation, you will enjoy it. But if you have those who really don't understand what I'm explaining to you right now, they go fight you. Some will even call you name. You don't know what you are talking about. But for me, I'm a very realistic person. I've always said this, that look, the way Nigeria is going, when he reach that time where everybody want waka, fight no go even dey safe. Now we are getting there now. We go frustrate ourselves to the point whereby only all of us go come say, "Omo, it be like say this our togetherness." You know, if you work, maybe they go because there is no crime in people saying, "I don't want to be part of your country anymore." I've do the research. It's just that anytime some group of people want to break away from the first country, those in power, they will resist. Now they're the castle at the boss. But as soon as international communities begin to recognize your people, if you guys come together and you say, hey, this is what you are doing, as soon as international communities like the USA, the French, Germany, and the like, as soon as they give recognition that, okay, I think these people should be a country on their own, it don't finish. Nothing the other country where they won't break away from, nothing they can do. So I'm just saying that to support what Mr. Emeka said, because I know I saw somebody in the comment already say, oh, this Emeka is a spy, is something. You guys have to look at the reality facing you. From this map, that blue region you are seeing, if you go to all those states, go to Cross River, Igbo people there. Go to River State, Igbo Day. Delta, Igbo Day. If I'm lying, tell me, even at those states, Igbo people full at those states too. But the question is, can you bring these people together first? To say, okay, all of us maybe say we are speaking almost the same language, we are going as Biafra. So I don't know if it makes sense, but just let me put it out there. I see you are back, Mr. Emeka. Please quickly finish your submission so that I can leave.
All right, thank you. Sorry, I had to take a work meeting call. So like what I was explaining is, even with what you just said now, just to piggyback on what you're saying, is the Constitution of Nigeria, the 1999 Constitution, actually outlined how if you want to go your separate ways, you have to do it the right way. You see, nobody is kicking against your wishes, right? It's just like husband and wife who are married. If they say they don't want to stay married anymore and they want to divorce, what do? They go to court. Yeah. It's not when the wife will now or the husband starts beating the wife and saying, you are going nowhere, you are going nowhere. That's an illegal means of separation. Do things the right way and nullify the marriage. That's what, if you listen to the judgment yesterday, that's what the judge was actually saying. Now, like what I was talking about with Nnamdi Kanu, Nnamdi Kanu is a freedom fighter. Nobody would dispute that. Nnamdi Kanu is the leader of the indigenous IPOB movement, indigenous people of Biafra, right? IPOB. Nobody would dispute that. He himself actually said he is the leader and nobody contested it with him, right? So now, if we want to, I know some people, you understand, many people in Nigeria always want to be on the side of what generally makes them feel comfortable. They want, they want to stay agreeable, even when what you are agreeing to is not right. I've seen this from many times discussing with people, right? Now, what is terrorism? If we go through the definition of terrorism, terrorism is the unlawful use of violence. Note the key word, unlawful use of violence and intimidation, especially against civilians. So there would be a victim. Who are the victims? Civilians. In the pursuit of political aims. There is a political aim there involved. And what's that political aim? Separation. Forming our own government. Same thing with Boko Haram. Same thing with ISWAP. So now, IPOB was proscribed as a terrorist organization by the Nigerian government in 2014. But IPOB was existing long before 2014. Not until when violence started kicking in, right? That was when the Nigerian government said, okay, we have to step in. Things are going out of hand. In 2014 or 2017? I need to be I need to be corrected.
Yeah.
I think it's 2017 because it was during Buhari's period. 2017. I stand corrected. Anybody can correct me. It's 2017, not 2014. Because why do I remember? I was introduced to Nnamdi Kanu 2011. Then 6 years down the line, it was proscribed as a terrorist organization. Now, what they were doing, they were broadcasting through Radio Biafra, right? And Radio Biafra was not legally licensed to operate as a radio station in Nigeria.
Yeah.
Radio Biafra was using AM frequency. So it was not properly licensed to operate as a radio station in Nigeria. Already that is a crime. Already that is a crime. Same thing if you go to Nigeria and you do not license to operate as a broadcasting station and you are providing programming to the public, you are committing a crime. You will be arrested for it. So they've already committed a crime. Now, when it was now proscribed as a terrorist organization, what they should have done was to lay low. You can still pass your message across. You right now, currently, you are passing your message on YouTube, right? You don't need any license in Nigeria to do that.
Yeah.
Radio Biafra has a YouTube station, and they didn't do that. They continued with their radio broadcasting over the radio. They're broadcasting over the radio that was not licensed to operate. Right.
Let me bring something to your attention, though. You remember Chief Raf Uzurike?
I do. I remember him very well. The leader of Masop.
He's the one that actually started the radio.
He is the main separatist
leader for Biafra.
Yes.
Before it was passed down to
Nnamdi Kanu is his protege.
Yeah.
Okay. Nnamdi Kanu actually even betrayed him.
Okay, I just wanted to bring
that.
So
I know him. I know him. He started way back in 1992 during the IBB era. He continued through the Abacha era before Abacha started pursuing him left, right, and center. So Nnamdi Kanu is his protege. Nnamdi Kanu was a lawyer in the UK who bought into his message, and Nnamdi Kanu actually backstabbed him. It doesn't matter how their relationship fell out. That's not my business. But regardless, Nnamdi Kanu became the face. From being the director of Radio Biafra, the idea was that of Uzurike. So from him being the director, he now ascended to becoming the leader of IPOB. So they broke away from Masop, right? Now, so what got me irritated with Nnamdi Kanu's messages is where he started directing violence. And like I've described the definition of terrorism, there must be violence, unlawful use of violence and intimidation. And then you have victims involved, civilians. So who were the victims of Nnamdi Kanu's utterances, directives, and marching order? We, the Igbo people in the Southeast. I have evidences I can share with you.
No need. We all followed. I don't know for many other people.
Exactly. So,
bro, let me just say this, bros. I think the reason it became an issue in the East was as a result of failure to comply. Like, not even sit at home. Sit at home is way later. From the get-go, even when Raf Uzurike was there, the Igbo people have never united behind that clamor for Biafra. So let's not just crucify Nnamdi Kanu.
I'm not crucifying him. So you see, not everybody would agree to your objectives. We have the freedom of choice. If you ask Igbo people, not every Igbo man wants to leave Nigeria. Many Igbo people do not want to separate from Nigeria. Some may like the idea, but they don't want to separate, or some do not understand how the separation is going to benefit them.
I'm sorry, my brother. My real farm sitters are making me laugh. No one laugh. Sorry, go ahead.
So
please.
some may not understand how that separation would benefit them. And if you look at it closely, the Southeast contributes less in terms of GDP to Nigeria. We have our issues economically. And then when you add the sit-at-home directives, we've lost approximately $2 billion. In Naira, 7.2 trillion Naira for 4 years since that sit-at-home started. Now, how would people continue to agree with your state of Biafra?
I understand. But my brother, let us also bring some context into this conversation. Just pay me, say my time is off. If you come back tomorrow, I would love to have you on the panel, please. But let's bring some context so that people will not see as if maybe you are against your own people. This violence that erupted as a result of sit-at-home, for me, even me, when no be Igbo man, I will not give that to Nnamdi Kanu. It was Samuel Ekpa, I think that was his name. This guy in Finland, he was the one that took that thing to the next level. I don't think Nnamdi Kanu has been incarcerated for the past 10 years now, my brother.
Yeah,
So
but Nnamdi Kanu agreed to it, right? So the sit-at-home was, until Nnamdi Kanu is released. He agreed to it.
It was a peaceful protest.
It was not a peace. It wasn't peaceful. It wasn't peaceful. Let's be honest. Okay. Many of us cannot go back to. Many of us cannot go back to the village.
No problem. I will leave that to my brothers and sisters to decide if it was peaceful. But I thought when sit-at-home started, it was initially,
it was sold to be peaceful.
But you know your brothers,
people do not comply. People were not complying with it because it's an illegal directive. People were not complying.
What makes it illegal?
Under the United States Charter, people are expected freedom of movement.
My brother, United States.
I just wanted to ask Mr. Emeka just a simple question.
Yeah.
Uncle Emeka, thank you for all the education regarding what happened regarding this movement. So, with your definition, you made us to understand that the activities of Nnamdi Kanu is terrorism, right? So, with whatever that is happening in this country now regarding Boko Haram and the killing and all that, are you saying the sentence they gave to him now is justifiable?
Now, thank you. That's a very good question. So there are debates we can have about this. This is a very good question that I can want to discuss. I think this is the kind of discussion we should be having, and not discussion of whether Nnamdi Kanu is a terrorist or not. He meets the definition of terrorist. We also have a Terrorist Prevention Act of 2013. And that was the law the judge Omotosho quoted yesterday for him. And Nnamdi Kanu, they asked him to enter into defense, he could not. Now, okay, we've also seen some members of Boko Haram provided with some leniency. We've seen some members of Boko Haram reintegrated into the society.
Mm-hmm.
We've seen them being offered clemency, pardon, forgiveness of sin, even though they've killed multiple people, and some of them murdered, some of them thrown into jails and incarcerated.
Mm-hmm.
2 days ago, one of the members of ISWAP was given 20 years in prison. Right now, is the sentencing for Nnamdi Kanu fair? Now, listen carefully. If we go by the Terrorist Prevention Act of 2019, it is a fair sentencing. Why do I say so? Why do I say
Hold on, bro. Uncle Bello, let him land. Uncle, let him land.
if we go by the Terrorist Prevention Act is open before me. The maximum sentence is death. The judge also said it. He quoted it and he quoted the gospel and he said he will not go through that route. If we go by that, the maximum sentence is death. That the judge did not put the maximum sentence shows that he came with fairness. Now, if we take out the law and we go by what we have seen being applied to others, right? Then it is an unfair sentencing. If we go by that. Now again, if you now add the behavior, the compulsion, and the utterances of Nnamdi Kanu throughout the court proceedings, I would also say, based on that and the law, it is overfair. Because you insulted the court proceedings, you said the court does not have jurisdiction, even when the court has jurisdiction according to the law. According to the law. So if you put that, but if we are going to be giving 20 years to other insurgents group or members of other insurgents group, we are going to be giving them leniency, we are going to be giving them pardons, we are going to be reintegrating them and also reintegrating them into the Nigerian army. Then it is unfair. So in this respect, the judge should have possibly looked at it in that context. But then again, this matter is not done yet. We have the Southeast political class reaching out to the president, and we are anticipating a pardon coming in. So it is not done. It's not a forgotten matter.
Okay, you talked about his behavior during the hearing. Are you telling me that if you are jailed for 5-10 years and you come out, you won't react the way he did?
No, I won't react the way I did, the way he did. The reason is that, you see, his silence would have spoken louder. Because number one, you cannot anticipate the mindset of someone who is quiet. His silence would have been strength to his supporters.
I disagree.
Hold on. And you can disagree, that's fair.
Yeah.
Let his lawyers do the talking, not him. Then again, there was no need insulting the judge, insulting the court, insulting security operatives, not only that, slapping them in court and pushing them. That's another criminal charge again. And that is what the judge also looked at and said, he has shown violence consistently in courts, that we cannot even put him in a confinement with other people. He has to be separated from the rest of the public, even in prison. So what has that behavior given him? What gain did he get from that? If he has stayed silent, I'm not saying he should be remorseful. No, he should not express remorse, because why? You did that. You ordered your people to go and bomb police station. You ordered your people to kill. You should not show remorse. You just stay quiet. Let your lawyers do what they want to do.
He did not order them to
No,
kill.
he did.
Point of
I can play it. He did.
He did not order them to kill. He said, protect yourself.
No, he did, madam. No, madam, no. Let's be honest here. He did. He said, even when a caller called him, he said, they are shooting us in Lagos. He said, don't tell me how they are shooting. How many policemen did you kill? He said, we have burnt Orile police station. We have burnt Sele police station. He said, thank you. How many policemen did you kill? He said, take the knife, kill them, cut them down. He also, April 21st, 2021, he requested for 2,000 head because one of the commander of the ECN was killed by the Nigerian military. But they reached out to him to say it was only 38 heads that they were able to get.
Mr. Meka, thank you very much. I really appreciate the fact that you express yourself. That's why here we call ourselves Real Fam. We let everybody express themselves. I see where you're coming from and I see your point. Honestly, I'm not even maybe mad at your disposition. I'm not even mad at your submission, okay? Because you're saying the fact based on what was presented in court. And that's why I just allow you to drop it. But one question I will ask you is this, my brother. Do you live in Nigeria currently?
At the moment, no, I don't.
Okay. Don't give me location or anything. I just wanted to bring something out. When did you live in Nigeria for the past 3 years?
I visit Nigeria frequently, but I've been out of Nigeria for 7 years now. 8 years now.
But you don't live in Nigeria. You only visit and you come back just like the rest of us, right?
Exactly, yeah.
Okay, so basically for me, don't worry, even though I'm the host, my own opinion is just on the side. You can disagree with me. Basically for me, when I look at issues involving Nigeria, I look at it from two lenses. First, what is obtainable in the country where I reside and what is obtainable in Nigeria. You see, those of us that live in Western world, if we want to judge people reaction in Nigeria on the basis of the environment where we live here, we'll go judge Nigerians tire. I don't know if you get it if you know where I'm going with this. What I'm simply saying is things are done in Nigeria differently. In Nigeria, the system is rigged. I am not an Igbo, but when I look at Kanu's case, Kanu was not treated fairly. Let's call it what it is.
There's no doubt about that. I am. Let me to add more context to what you just said. Now, he was kidnapped from Kenya to Nigeria. That was illegal. I think what the Nigerian security operative would have done was return him back to Kenya, follow the extradition process to get him to Nigeria.
They didn't do all of that.
They didn't do that. The Supreme Court also mentioned it, and the Supreme Court advised him to sue. I think he did. A court in Abia State gave him judgment for 500 million. The court in Kenya also gave him judgment. I can't remember the actual figure. Okay. I don't know if the Nigerian government appealed that judgment and if he has been paid for it.
There is a judge in Nigeria, a female judge, that asked them to let him go. You forget about that one, my brother.
Hold on, that is where we might not agree on, because if you look at the judgment of the Supreme Court, right? Yeah. They said the way he was brought, that he did not jump bail. He was only escaping for his life, and that is true. When you come into a man's house and I think that was the way his father died, and he ran away. He ran so they did not arrest him. If they had arrested him, and he escaped, then he jumped bail. He was not arrested.
Now, Mr. Emeka, I truly get you. I'm looking at the comment, and I know some people are really pissed with where you are coming from, but I do understand that if they are following how you are explaining things, they wouldn't be mad with you. They should understand.
No, for me, I say it's. I saw some of the comments. They're saying spy. No, I look at things. You mentioned where you stay, this and that. See, Nigeria might not be an ideal country, but Nigeria is still a country that has laws. Exactly. And if you don't do things according to the law, then you are breaking the law. And if you are breaking the law, you are a criminal.
But my brother, let's just come back to Nigeria now. Let's forget the Western world that we live. In Nigeria, the way it is right now, you may not break the law at all, and the law will still do whatever they want with you because somebody is controlling the law. Let's call it what it is, Baba. And if you have to be honest, Mr. Emeka, if you look at the court proceedings, I'm not a lawyer. That's why they pay. Bill, I say, because of this podcast, I'll need to go, even a diploma in law, I go get to. If you look at the court proceedings, sir, do you think Nnamdi Kanu was treated fairly, even during the hearing? Let's just be honest, sir.
I'm being honest, and I'm being honest from the depth of my heart. I think he was treated fairly, and I will tell you why.
You think he was treated fairly,
Yes,
sir?
yes. If you are looking at even this, I've quoted. Maybe you have not read the judgment. I understand.
I actually streamed it yesterday.
No, the certified true copy of
I haven't grabbed that.
yeah, because it's not yet out. Now, the judge Omotosho on 3 occasions begged Nnamdi Kanu to enter into defense. Remember, Nnamdi Kanu sacked his lawyers, right, and said he would represent himself. The judge asked him, "Are you sure you can do you understand? Like, you will ask the person, are you sure you are competent enough to want to take up this trial?" So why was he sacking his lawyers? He didn't give the grounds for that, right? Then he said he wants to represent himself. Of course, he's a lawyer. He can do that. Even you can represent yourself as long as you are competent and sane. You can do that. But the judge will ask you, is this what you want? I think you need a lawyer. But he insisted. Now, he did not enter into defense. Entering into defense means that whatever evidence the prosecution has laid before the court, right? You should come up with your own counter evidence to say those things are not true. Now, you not entering into defense. Hold on, sir. Hold on, sir. Please, sir. I'm not a practicing lawyer.
Me too.
Right? Okay.
My sister
I took up, if you can hear me, I took up courses in law. So if you don't enter into defense, you are admitting guilt.
Thank you, Misty. Please, one of my lawyer is actually here now. Thank you very much for your support, Misty. Misty said one doesn't have to give court grounds for withdrawal of counsel or legal representation, sir. That's a lawyer speaking, sir.
So you can represent. It's the same thing as you representing yourself. You can represent yourself. Yeah. You can sack your lawyers. The lawyer is there; she can confirm it. You can sack your lawyers and represent yourself. Nobody will stop you.
Okay.
The judge will only ask you, "Is this what you want?"
Actually,
you say yes.
Right. You are right. Absolutely. Even a lot of people were shocked. Even me, I was shocked that you don't want a lawyer or something. But anyway,
nobody will stop you. Is your due right now? That's the same lawyer. Let her confirm, because you understand a lot of people are ignorant of the law. If you do not enter into defense, you are admitting guilt. Yes or no? Let her confirm.
I agreed. Now
when you have admit guilt by not entering into defense, what choice do you leave the judge to do? Because the judge does not need to be, the judge is like an arbiter, like a referee. He is for nobody. He only have to hear the case.
Agreed. I just wanted to ask one question, and I would love to have you back tomorrow. My time has far gone right now, and I have to be somewhere in exactly 1 hour from now. The question I just want to ask is this: do Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have the right, as somebody who is representing himself, to ask the judge, under what law are you convicting me? Does he have the right to ask?
He does. He does have the right.
Okay.
He does have the right.
Why was the judge not answering him?
But the judge, if you say you streamed it, right? The judge said it's Terrorism Prevention Act of 2013. He mentioned it. He read it out through. Maybe you can go back again and read it. Immediately he quoted the act. I went to Google that act and I started reading. As he was reading it, I was reading and I followed. And the things he said, Nnamdi Kanu contraveyed, truly Nnamdi Kanu contraveyed them. Not only, the judge also went to the evidence provided by the prosecution team. The video broadcast, because he had to write his judgment document, right? He wrote it down. He was reading out Nnamdi Kanu's statement, verbatim from his broadcast. And on the Terrorist Prevention Act.
Mr. Meta, sorry, people are saying the judge answered him on the judgment day, because the one that I watched, I don't know, the one that I streamed,
and I just explained to you, the judge is like a referee.
Before then, no.
The judge is no. You
let's
see,
take a couple of steps back. I beg. We all follow the case, bros.
Go ahead.
When Nnamdi Kanu fired his lawyers, he asked the judge to give him time to prepare his case, right? And that was when he mentioned the list of people he wants as witnesses, including Wike and the rest of them. Do you remember that time, right?
I do.
Now, when Nnamdi Kanu went to prepare his case and he came back, he told the judge, having gone through the case file and everything, I don't think I have a case to answer in this court. And can you tell me, under what law are you convicting me?
But the judge convicted him yesterday, not them. So the judge, the court proceeded is on.
I can't remember the terminology lawyer.
So he was asking under what law?
Under what law
is he being charged?
Exactly. Yeah.
Exactly. Now I will read something to you. The judge. Why would the judge? The judge is not the one. The judge. Hold on, no, sir. Let me correct you. Sorry, don't be angry. Don't be angry. The judge is not the one charging him. It is the Attorney General of the Federation charging him to court.
Uncle Beno.
Okay, but the judge can explain to him because
the judge does not need. The judge does not need to explain. The judge is there to hear the case.
Okay.
Let the lawyer correct me. The judge is there to hear the case.
Okay,
Uncle Beno.
I get it. We can look at one issue.
Uncle Beno.
Yes, it's
Uncle Beno. Do you want to go to work?
See,
so the judge is there to hear the case. That was why the judge told him, are you sure you want to represent yourself? It is the lawyers that should be doing it, because the lawyers would know better than him.
My brother, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. Uncle Beno, this is a simple case. I did say earlier on, I said the Igbos are keeping quiet. And there are also some politicians who are supporting whatever that is happening to Nnamdi Kanu. So this justifies that. Even though what he did, there are people of his own people who actually saw him out, who are not happy, who doesn't actually want him to come out of this place. This is what I can see from this argument. He did what he did, thinking he was fighting for Biafra.
He wasn't fighting for Biafra. Madam, are you Igbo? Are you Igbo?
Something went wrong, and people are holding him.
Of course, you've killed people. The victims, the major victims of his.
Where you're coming from.
Exactly, the major victims of his separation movement are the Igbo people. You can't kill your people. You say you're fighting for your people, and you can't kill your people.
If his people actually want him to pay for it, and this is it, he's been sold out. I understand.
Nobody sold him out. He committed a crime. Let him answer for his crime. Nobody sold him out. We didn't sell him out. Nobody told him. See, nobody told him. Nobody told him to become a freedom fighter.
You were following him up to a point. Something went wrong.
Exactly. When he started making utterances and directives to go and kill people.
Was he there? Did he carry the weapon himself?
He doesn't need to carry the weapon.
The police are telling you,
what is the former?
You kill them back.
Shekau, who was the leader, former leader who was killed of Boko Haram. He wasn't carrying out the killings. He was ordering his commandants to go and kill and kidnap. He didn't carry the gun. You will see him when he was making his broadcast. He wasn't doing the killing himself. So would you say Shekau was not ordering his people to go?
They reported to him to say they were killing them, and he said, "Kill them back."
The difference.
Self-defense.
Auntie Grace, please, Auntie Grace. I know,
Madam, on the context of the law and
Mr.
evidences, you are wrong.
Mr. Mecca, I have to go. I really enjoy you being here. I like the fact that you bring a different perspective to the conversation. In fact, I think you share some of the perspective of Mr. Comparable Fact. My own uncle, he was here earlier. But please, let's do this, my brother. You may not like somebody. You may really see through them. But if what that person is fighting for is being supported by a large number of people. Sometimes you have to give them grace. Okay. For me, I see what you're doing, which is right. Like you are looking at the issue and say, yes, the judgment is fair, everything is fair. But it's beginning to give me the impression that you probably hate him. You don't like him.
I don't hate him. No, I don't hate him. Why? No. I don't. You see, at this point in time, you see, let me make something. Let me register this opinion so that let me register it first. When the judge convicted him without saying his sentence, I was praying because I had already opened the Terrorist Prevention Amendment Act at 2013. I was praying, please don't sentence him to death, because it will be an overkill. And
it's already an overkill. Life imprisonment is already an overkill, my brother.
It looks like an overkill, yes. It looks like an overkill when we compare it.
So these bandits, these terrorists that are killing our people, what are they giving to them, Mr. Meta?
My brother, what I would just advise is this, because you and I, we both live in the diaspora, okay? We don't live in Nigeria. We don't feel the heat. Let's be frank.
Oh, I'll tell you, I'm feeling the. I have properties in the southeast.
Oh,
I do have properties in Lagos too.
If you are feeling the
right, I am feeling the heat too. I'll be honest with you.
Focus will be on how do we get the government to do the right thing. We have a lot of people being killed in Nigeria right now, almost on a daily basis.
Exactly.
Government is doing nothing.
On that premise, right?
It's like
I can give you evidence to tell you that the Tinubu administration is responsible for terrorism in Nigeria. If we can discuss that tomorrow, and I will read that from publication to publication to show you that Tinubu administration is responsible for terrorism in Nigeria.
Hold on. You can't make that claim. Unfortunately, I'm sorry. One of the
it's not a claim. I will show you evidence. I will show you evidence.
Okay, can you send those evidence to the United States government? Because
they have it already. You can see from the congressional hearings yesterday. From the congressional hearing yesterday, they said the Tinubu administration is complicit in insurgency and insecurity issues in Nigeria. They said it.
Absolutely.
They have the evidence. They have the intelligence gathering. They know.
Absolutely. But please, when it comes
let's allow you please. Tomorrow we can talk.
When it comes to this matter of Nnamdi Kanu, please, I need you to at least reevaluate your stance.
Reevaluating my stance means you want me to not speak the truth. You want me to look at people who are sentimental.
Bros, sometimes the truth might be giving negligence of people's pain and trauma. That's just my concern.
But I just told you that the biggest victims of Nnamdi Kanu are Igbo people. So what I've noticed is that people who are actually not Igbos are the ones who are more pained. When you cannot conduct business on Mondays, when your properties have been destroyed, when you are a direct victim.
That is why I said you are right, but it seems like you have personal vendetta towards Nnamdi Kanu. So
I don't have personal vendetta in the sense of him as a human being. Like I have issues with his activities
because he affected you, which you are right. But I'm just saying, for the sake of moving forward, right now he's in Kanu, Sokoto. We don't know whatever will happen to him or something. But I'm gonna round up by telling you right now, since you are here, my brother, we non-Igbos, we look at you Igbo people and we see what is wrong. And that thing that is wrong with Igbo people is what all these politicians, all these Yoruba politicians and Hausas are using against Igbo people. I'm sorry.
Definitely. That's true.
To be honest with you.
That's true.
That we are looking from outside, we can see a whole lot of fractions among the Igbo people. Igbo people, when it comes to party, when it comes to supporting each other, when it comes to business, you guys look so united. Very unique set of people. But when it comes to agitating for what you truly decide, what you deserve, how to claim your own space in Nigeria, my brother, the Igbo people are very, very divided. Though. I'm so sorry. Apology to all my Igbo viewers. But we have to.
We could. Let's not delay you so much. This is a very deep issue, right? Where we can discuss Igbo issues politically. I'm very enlightened about it. I'm part of the political class, so in Igbo state, Igbo land, I can talk more about where our division comes in place, and I can also explain to you the reason why many of the political class in Igbo land do not support Nnamdi Kanu. And not just the political class.
Bros, make I stop you there, no verse. That what you just said right now is exactly what is wrong with Igbo people. No verse, una be my in-law. Yes, una go say make I can't pay wine again. I don't pay up wine, down wine, tire, it no matter. But I will tell you guys what's freaking going wrong with you guys. And you are doing it right now, right here on this show. If Nnamdi Kanu is a Yoruba and they try this sentencing, you'll be shocked. How all the whole Yoruba boy international and the one where they ground, their voice will be so loud.
But if you are a victim, you are not getting the point. You are not a victim. You are not a victim. You are not a victim. That is where you are not seeing it. You are not a victim.
Let me tell you what.
It matters. You are not a victim. You are not a victim. If you're a victim,
If what Nnamdi Kanu was representing has paid up for you, you would have been raising him as a brother.
My brother.
Of course, if what he has done, if Nnamdi's freedom, Nnamdi's Kanu freedom is it has gone successful, right?
Yes.
Without Igbo being victims.
Yes.
Of course. Now you are not even aware that. Let me enlighten you now. That Nnamdi Kanu had meetings.
Wrong.
Let me have the final say so I can leave. No verse. I will give you the final take so I can leave. But tomorrow you can come back. I get time. I will even start earlier tomorrow so that I can have like 4 hours. This is what I'm going to say, and I will say it to my Igbo people that are watching right now. Exactly what we are saying is wrong with the Igbo people that you guys will never listen. Mr. Emeka is even small. I have a lot of Igbo friends. Once we get to this point, no Igbo they hear, except for few that didn't want to hear. What is happening? What you Igbos are doing wrong is this. Look at the Northerners now. The terrorists are killing everybody, destroying so many things, unliving everybody. Are you not seeing the outsiders protecting them? I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. They are protecting their own. That is why even Tinubu cannot do jack, bros.
Calm down.
Okay? If now Yoruba, this thing is happening to right now, say somebody is fighting that they are cheating us, we go come together, Ani. So far is that same Nigerian system where the justice there like this. Yorubas got it let me give you an instance. When Farotimi had issue and he was being arrested, what happened? Is Egbon Farotimi not moving around now? We go tell una we be Igbo, una no go one year. You people will be the one to throw your brother under the bus. All in the name of, oh, I know better than you, I sabi better than you, yeah, you don't do this. No, my Igbo is better than your Igbo. You guys have to come together, speak in one voice when it matters. That is the problem you are having exactly in Nigeria. Una no go one year. Kanu, yes, whatever Kanu did was wrong. It affected a lot of people. But you, the Igbos, you are the ones supporting other tribes to treat you the way they are treating you. May we talk where talk day. If you want verse, make una no verse. Uncle Dayo, any finance I'm out of here.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much, Uncle Benu. I really have something to say about this because it is really boiling out of control already. I was trying to tell you to please calm down. People like my brother, Mr. Emeka, like this, there are many of them in the East, and there are many of them all over the world that don't see things the way we that were not Igbos are seeing it, because they only see things from their own perspective only. And I must tell you, all those things that he's saying, yes, they may be facts, they may be true, but it does not represent the general feelings or the general belief of an average Igbo man over there. Everybody is entitled to their own opinion. As we have people that are in support of it, we also have people that are not in support of it. And our own stand is not about what he has done or what he has not done. Our stand is that the judgment meted up to him was not justifiable. That was our stand. Okay, it does not deserve that life imprisonment and this other issue of transferring him all the way down to Sokoto. Whether I know all the ESN atrocities in the East affected a lot of Igbo people. No doubt about that. And some of them are still crying. Some of them have their family buried. Some of them have their businesses destroyed. Some of them have their people, maimed, gone down and all. That does not negate the fact that this judgment meted out to Nnamdi Kanu is justified. No. So I don't want to go into all that little details, but let us know something here. We are talking about judgment here. We are talking about justice. We are talking about having a judiciary that will see things the way they are and damn all consequences and pronounce sound judgment. If there are no judgments in the land, what is the hope of a common man? What's the hope of a common man when you cannot go to the law court with the confidence that you have a case and that you have your facts right and that you will win? If judgment is only as the government dictates it, allegedly, where are we going? That is where the issues are. But thank God that hopefully tomorrow we shall have more time to iron out some of these facts. We have a lot of things to unpack. Even in the East there, among the Igbos there, it is clear there is no unity. We know it, we see it. We know it, we see it. If not, all your politicians that are in the house, all your see, Igbo business, over 70% of them is outside Igbo land. They are all in the west here, they are all in the middle belt, they are all in the north. Majorly, about 50% of their businesses are in the west here, in Lagos. So when you're talking about IPOP, you must think about, people are thinking that, oh, if I have to move with IPOP, that means I will lose all my investment in Lagos, in Abuja, in the country. So I cannot blame people that are not kind of in support of moving out of this country called Nigeria, because they have investments already, they've lived all their life there, and many of them don't know where to start from. Even the last time when they are buying people in the north, I think in the late 90s and in the so-called early 20s, many Igbos refuse to leave the north because they have investment there. As they're buying them, they still went back there to continue their business up to today. So when people are not in support of IPOP, it's not because they don't want to, but because they already invested so much outside. How many Igbos have business in the East? 90% of them have their business outside. So anyway, time is gone. I don't want to waste our time. So by tomorrow we shall continue, sir. Thank you, sir.
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Dio. Well, that was a heated argument. Auntie Grace, one last word. Make no be like say I know come back to you, man.
Thank you, UB. Thank you, Refam. Sorry, I didn't mean to have all this argument to this extent. I wanted us to hear him out. But we've heard him, like I said earlier on, that the way the Igbos kept quiet was scary. And this is an example of what is going on. This is what I see. I am so sorry. Anyway, thank you so much, everyone. Let me leave you to go to work, Beno.
Yeah. No, what I want to do is just like maybe 2 hours. I'll be back and then I'll go again. But thank you, Auntie Grace. I really appreciate it. Thank you. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks to all our callers. Comparable fact, I thank you, my brother. God bless you so much. Uncle Dio, thank you as always. My own Auntie Grace. Auntie Grace, I don't know, say you did discuss politics. Thank you, Auntie Grace. And to my brother Emeka, all the way from Canada. Thank you, Emeka. Well, my last outburst there is not for you, Emeka. It's just for the passion that I have for my Igbo people. I've hung out with my Igbo people for way too long that sometimes when I see some of the injustice done to them, when it comes to Nigeria politics, it somehow gets to me, and sometimes we that we are looking from outside, we can see what other people are doing and how the Igbo nation can actually benefit if they work together. So that my rant there is not for you, my brother, Mr. Meka. I like when people bring different perspective to a conversation, but we just have to kind of like listen to each other and then try to draw the lessons. A lot of people do not support what Nnamdi Kanu did, and yet there are many people who supported what he did. And like I said earlier on, if not for Nnamdi Kanu's voice, I never know what if it don't happen now. Nnamdi Kanu is a strong man, and the way they want to silence him by fire by force should tell you, Igbo people, what it represents. If you think so, if you think Nnamdi is useless, he do this, he do that, it doesn't matter. Shebi, that don't sentence her now. I pray that the appeal works out, that they let him go. If this is how Nnamdi Kanu, just go. Just remember that, how many governors do you guys have in the East? As at the last count, I know Hope Uzodinma is now in APC. That one in Enugu State is now in APC. Abga is still like APC anyway. He's just Abga, he's still APC. How many, which other state have governor that is not APC? Sooner or later, you guys may be begging that another Nnamdi Kanu show up for you. When the North started attacking the West, Sunday Igboho rise up. He said, no, nobody can do this to my people. He fought for the Yoruba people. When Buhari came for him, that he ran away. He get people where put leg. That's a conversation for tomorrow. I'm just saying, for all my Igbo brothers and sisters that are listening to this, we love you. I've always said this, individually, we don't have problem. Politicians and all these pastors and the like, they are the one creating trouble for us. Other than that, we are cool. If you check where the Igbos have most investment and properties, now Lagos is in the West. You can say, oh, Yoruba don't like Igbo, Igbo don't like Yoruba. You are lying. Now the one we know, now you when over get money, now they say Yoruba don't like Igbo, Igbo don't like Yoruba. The ones where really get money, they know see what you see. You know, see Kubana chief priest, you know, go meet Tinubu. Oh, forget that thing. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thank you, everybody. Sister Achinye, thank you. Misty, thank you, Mama. Sister Marriott, God bless you. Man, I know guys, I'm not a lawyer, so when it comes to anything law like this, Mama rough and I just the rough and together. If you have not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. I'll see you guys tomorrow, and then we will dissect another issue, or we will continue this conversation. I actually wanted to talk about Biafra, and I think we touched up on it. Today we spoke about Nnamdi Kanu, we spoke about terrorism and conviction. I wanted to talk about Biafra, if it is achievable or not, but we can't do that today. Let's just see what happens. But make una pray, make anything not happen between now and tomorrow, because Nigeria, now one day, one story, one day, one story. Oh, it don't tire me. Thank you, everybody. Abby, baby, we're going to have a show here shortly. Abby is coming to host Recap Central. And we're going to talk about this guy where go marry Oyinbo, where the Oyinbo don't show her Shege Banza. So it's going to be interesting. This, especially ladies, women, you are supposed to be here. This one, me, I go join. If I not join today, tomorrow I go join. Because me say I won't put my own 2 cents. Women, una say una no want marry us. Make I know to laugh. I'll see you guys. Bye-bye, everybody. Thank you very much. Oh, my God. My brother Emeka, thank you very much. I appreciate you, Baba.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You be in the building. Hey, vibe with Uncle Bino. Let's go. Now happy hour things, you know. Hang out with you, babe. survive tonight. Laugh and learn, we shining bright. Oh yeah, you be stories, life lessons time. On the Uncle Benno show, everything feels right. From the streets to the world, we talk real talk. Vibes on the beat make the whole place rock. Happy hour flow with smiles non-stop. Sip and chill with you be the energy on top. You be stories dropping them every day. Wisdom for life, the African way. From the grind to the glory, hear what we say. Tune in now, don't delay. Hang out with you be, it's a vibe tonight. Laugh and learn, we shining bright. Oh yeah, you be stories, life lessons time. On the Uncle Benno show, everything feels right. Join the sister circle, oh what a scene. CC Inca, honey baby, and I be so clean. Talk love, talk life, talk dream supreme. Empowerment vibes, like a royal queen team. All of Sunday school when the beat gets low. A moment of reflection, let the spirit flow. Men of God speaking wisdom, you should know. Faith and vibes on the Uncle Benno show. Hang out with you, be, come catch that light. Oh yeah, you be stories, keep your heart so bright. Yeah. Join the sister circle, feel that fire. Oh yeah, Sunday school for your soul so right. You be nation, we rise together. Love and vibe forever. Uncle Benno show.